out to Hoop Jargon, man. I'm gonna add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoop Jargon. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
shout out to Hoop Jargon.
Man, I'm here with my man with Hoop Jargon, the best in the game, man. And you know I only let selected few in my circle. And this is the real dude right here. We gonna get down with the get down.
All right, let's try this again. Take two. Let's get right. All right, so we on the right stream now. We 19 deep. Y'all hit the like button, man. I don't know what I was tweaking, man. So I will be showing the game, the SWAC championship later. I clicked into the wrong one. I had some camera issues, and so I clicked into the wrong one. So my bad on that one. But let's get it, man. So I see early birds in the building. I see everybody's here in full throat. Let's get it. Hollywood said black people always want to say somebody sold out, but the same one who won't sacrifice anything. Hey, Church. Shout out to my guy Third, man. H-Town representative says salute, bro. I'm happy for what Dion, whether he decides to do, what I think he's doing at JSU is more impactful and meaningful, especially with being an HBCU. What say you? Great segue into what I'm going to talk about, which is this exact topic. Now, I saw on my community tab, y'all avoiding liking it like the plague because I think some of y'all just want it to be out of mind, out of sight. And it's, don't worry about it. Now, listen, man. Let's see. Dante said, I thought I was going to miss this one. No, I got you, bro. I want to say this. I want to preface this before I go any further than what I'm saying. I want Coach Prime to be at Jackson State University. It's good for the SWAC. It's good for the brand. It's good for everything HBCU related because that's what I care about. I care about HBCUs. Why is that? Because I'm a former HBCU product. On my little work area there, see, I still got my zoom in so y'all can see. Most improved player, Clifford Franks, Prairie View A&M University, Sports Banquet, 2006, 2007. I'm invested in SWAC. This is me. So let me hit you with the who is SWAC, baby, because I'm SWAC, man. I'm sorry. I love the conference because I've been a part of the conference. So let me hit you with it real quick.
Who is SWAC, baby?
So I think it's important to talk about topics like this because as I see on Facebook, like people who have no invested interest in the SWAC are talking about Coach Prime. Some people saying he's a sellout. Some people saying that he did a good job with the resources. And I want to attack all those things because this conversation needs to be had. Because listen, man, nothing is forever. Nothing's forever. And I think that's the biggest thing that a lot of people are kind of disappointed about. And it's just like, dude, I don't know what you expected out of this. And we're 38 strong. Y'all hit the like button. Let's get some more bodies in here. And again, I'm going to open up the thread early. So if you guys want to come in and state your piece, I will allow you the platform to do so. So let me attack these comments. Appreciate you. Dante says, would you like to see Dion build HBCU to a new heights? Understand? Yeah. Same here. My degree, Jackson State. That was not Jackson State University. Will SWAC. Listen, man, and that's apropos of what reality is. And shout out to my boy, 20 Game Sports. Again, Will, if you want to come up, I'll drop you the link so you can do that. Andrew says, good afternoon, my brother. I feel that the impactfulness Prime has at JSU is undeniable within JSU HBCUs. I wish him the best, though. Yeah, straight up. So let me take you back to a year called 2005. So when I played basketball at Prairie View, man, I remember the time like it was not a lot of interest in SWAC football, SWAC basketball, and what have you. Actually, the best team we had was the baseball team, and they won a SWAC. They went and gave Rice everything they wanted. Rice had like an ace pitcher. I think he went to the MLB. But that was the biggest story come out of Prairie View at the time. And I remember like a lot of Texas Southern and Prairie View alum used to write to the Houston Chronicle, which is the local paper, the big news entity. And Jerome Solomon was over the HBCU branch in the sports in particular. So a lot of people were saying, like, why are you not showing enough SWAC stuff? And his words were, when y'all start to show more interest, we will. Those are his words. So this is 2005. I remember this vividly. And I was like, okay. Because, I mean, it's Houston was the third largest city in America. Like, you have to have the interest to garner the attention that you give, the news columns to, because you got to sell papers, right? So I remember the SWAC as it was when there was not a lot of patronage for it. Now you got your blue bloods like Jackson State, Grambling, Southern. They patronize things better than others. You know, we all understand that if you've been following SWAC for any length of time. But it still wasn't enough to like break through the noise, like my man Roland Martin, my frat brother, as a matter of fact, would say. Fast forward to now, 2022. Every game Jackson State has played has been at least on ESPN Plus. Every game. The SWAC media day was on ESPN. The SWAC is different right now. Even in social media. If I was talking about the SWAC before Coach Prime came, none of y'all would be here. No, maybe you would, but it just wasn't a lot of interest for it. But now, like, it's a whole thing. Like, people who have nothing to do with the SWAC either stream games or they make live streams. They don't know shit about the conference. And I don't begrudge them for it because it's all good. What's the old mantra saying, man? All press is good press. So I'm not here salty as an old head that's participating in SWAC. I'm really not. But I do recognize that Coach Prime has elevated this conference to where, like, the general sports fan now cares about what Shedeur Sanders is doing. They care about what Savion Wilkerson is doing. They care about what Shiloh Sanders is doing. Every stream I do, is Shiloh playing? Is Shiloh playing? Is Travis Hunter playing? So you care now. And that's a good thing. Interest starts first, and then people start to get more informed about things, and then you become a fan that understands what's really going on. So from a net game standpoint, Coach Prime did the damn thing. I'm sorry. Let me lead in with this. All right, so let's catch up with the comments because I want this to be interactive. I want y'all to say what y'all feel, and I want to inject my commentary as well. I got quite a few talking points. Y'all hit the like button, man. And also, yeah, you know, I appreciate y'all contributing to the stream, and you can if you want to. So we got a goal of 5 contributions. You can dollar with the. You don't have to do anything, but you can just hit the like button. That's free. All right, so let's get into it. So third says the HBCU football games and classes battle part of the best and nothing like it. On God hoop jogging. Shout out to the fine. I mean, you know the ratio is in your favor, man. as a heterosexual black man at an HBCU, you know what time it is. Joe Eagle says, would anyone, when agreeing to a 4-year contract, expect to fulfill that contract? That's what JSU is asking. Well, let me say this, bro. College football coaches balk out of contracts all the time. All the time. Most noteworthy is your boy Pete Carroll leaving USC in shambles to go to the Seattle Seahawks, right? So this is, I mean, you can say that, and I agree you should uphold your contracts, but the culture of upholding a contract, because here's the deal. If you don't perform, they'll get rid of you before your contract's over too. So, I mean, Jason Bounces, my brother. Will Swag Baby Scott says, I really hope he stays, but in reality, it would be a purely, business decision. 500 from JSU plus $5 million. I mean, come on now, and that leads me to my first talking point. Coach Prime has been doing the Lord's work. If we're being honest, damn near for free. The salary that he gets, I believe, is $300K. He donates $75K of his back into Jackson State. So and I know to the average person, you're saying, "Who you tripping? $225K is not small money," and you're absolutely right. It's not. Problem is, Coach Prime is not an average person. His services is worth well into the millions. And so, like Swag Baby just pointed out, $5 million was on the table. I know you're saying, "Oh, Prime's already rich." Yeah, so what? Tell that to a billionaire. You know what? A funny phrase I heard was a guy who's a billionaire was talking to a guy who's a millionaire. And he was just saying how stressed he was and, man, like, dang, I got to do this, and this. He's like, you know what? You know what your problem is? You think like a millionaire. When you think like a millionaire, you're going to feel like a millionaire. But when you think like a billionaire, things change. And that's the same thing here. So I know a lot of us, and so I'm in sales. One thing in sales we always say is don't sell with your wallet. You sell with their wallet. So I happen to live in Los Angeles, California. I work in Studio City and in Burbank. Celebrities come in and buy all the time. I can't sell with my wallet. I got to sell with their wallet. Let's bring it over to Coach Prime. We can't sit here and project things on what we think Coach Prime should do based on our circumstance. He lives a whole different life. And that's what's kind of a miss with these prognostications when people saying, oh, well, you should do this, you should do that. No, you don't tell him what to do. He's a dude who made a lot for himself. He made a lot for his kids rather. And he's in a position that he can do what the hell he wants to do. So you can't put your thousandaire mentality to a multimillionaire because he has his own path. He has his own destiny. You have your own as well. Let me say that as we go forward. You guys keep it popping with the comments. I appreciate it. Justin says, you think Dion bringing his sons wherever he goes? Oh, absolutely. Yes. You bet your life on that one. JSU will be fine. I'm the new SWAC football prime because prime. I'll continue to support. And that's what the whole thing is. That's the net game. People like you, Saeed. Listen, man. Coach Prime brought people in, and I was on the stream, and shout out to my boy HBCU live with Doc Holliday. I was on his stream yesterday in the comments, kind of getting my Twitter fingers on. He's overperformed. He's did what he's supposed to have done. Literally, there's a guy I was arguing with, via Twitter fingers, saying that he's only a fan. No, I'm sorry. This is on Between the Game Sports Channel. Shout out to my guy. And Will, if you want to hop on, I'm about to drop him. This guy admittedly said he's only a fan because of Coach Prime. That's what you want. That is a net gain. You got people who normally are not interested in HBCU content. Now they matriculate over to the HBCU sector. That's what you want. You want to convert cold, what do you call it, a cold audience over to a warm market, which is HBCU sports. That's what you want. And so Coach Prime is overperformed in that capacity, in my opinion. Dante says Prime has to build everything from nothing, even fight crime. I mean, yeah, he had his stuff broken too. But I mean, again, if you know SWAC culture, you got to know the bullshit. I'm just saying. I've seen too much, man. I've seen too much. Again, y'all hit the like button, man. We at 80 deep in the building. Thank y'all so much, man, for being here. And again, I'm going to open it up. I'm going to get all my talking points. I'm going to open it up if you guys want to disagree, you want to state your case, I'm going to give you the platform to do so. Big LT says, I think it's a media play. He ain't going nowhere. Well, I hope so, man. I hope Coach Prime stays where he's at. I hope he sees this mission all the way through. But, I mean, who are we to say that what his timeline is at Jackson State? Again, getting paid $300,000 for what he's doing, grossly underpaid, man. Grossly underpaid. Shout out to my boy, Lefty Two Guns in the building, man. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Let's see. Say what's good. Transfer portal about to be full of JSU players. Potentially. The transfers have to sit out a year. Nope. With the new transfer portal, you are immediately out to go and do what you want to do. Third World Columbus, but somebody got to pick you up first on that. Somebody will pick you up. That's a whole nother story. Shout out to Third says, I wish Texas Longhorns could hop, man. Me too. Boy, that would be the perfect scenario for me. I'm a Texas Longhorn fan. I'm Prairie View, Stephen F. Austin, and I'm UT. Those are my three teams. Because I went to Stephen F. Austin, obviously. I went to Prairie View, and then UT has always been up. SKC says, if he leaves good, you can't keep a guy like that in a small pond. If I want people in the SWAC to be big, they have to invest in the rap culture of churches. Listen, man. Coach Prime has earned the right to, and here's the deal. Again, our contribution goes there. You put a dollar on it, it's all good, it's all appreciated. Coach Prime has already said he will always entertain offers. And he said he'd be a fool not to. So this doesn't surprise me, man. And I know that the question always begs, when is soon enough? And that's why when I was on Will's channel the other day, I asked the brother, okay, how many years is enough years for you to be like, he's not a sellout? He couldn't give me an answer. Because at the end of the day, if you feel like somebody, if you're too emotionally invested, there's no timeline. It's feeling based. And feeling based is stay there forever. And I got to say, man, no. Coach Prime, part of what Eddie Robinson said of Alabama State was he not SWAC. Part of it is right. I mean, he's not SWAC bred. So he's not going to be there forever. And he doesn't have to. That is not on him. The burden is not on him to be with the SWAC forever. He came and did what he did. And this is what happens. You put the work in, you get the right to go and dictate the terms of engagement. All right, y'all got it pop in the comments. Let me try to keep it best I can. Chris Jones said that man gone. Possibly. But again, my original prognostication is like he's not gonna leave until his kids leave. So I'm gonna go on that. But the tea leaves do read that Prime is gone. And and I like to be naive, but one thing I don't like to be is dumb. So y'all hit the like button. We're 94 deep in the building. Hit that like button, man. Get some more bodies here. Just because you are rich doesn't mean you want to be. Exactly. Again, a millionaire told a billionaire, you think like a millionaire, and that's your problem. And that's for us, that's a hell of a statement. Like, oh, shit, I wish I could think like a millionaire, but you got to understand some people have different life trajectories and they got different talents and gifts. Some people can maximize on it better than others, man. It is what it is, man. Aaron says, okay, I'm done saying that. I said earlier he goes to Colorado will be set. That's a joke sponsor school. I think you meant Nike. He will get the best of tech. Yeah, exactly. Listen, man, with more money, you got more resources, man. And that's just what it is. I know it's off-putting because we like Prime at Jackson State. We like him doing the lowest work. Basically, donating his services to the conference. I totally get all that. But in reality, this man has a life that he wants to maintain. He's earned the right to have that life he's maintaining. So I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. If he's gone, he's gone, man. And I always said this, nothing is forever, man. He's not expected to be there forever. So you got to understand, he's a guy who's always understood the moment. He knew when to strike when the moment was hot. He left San Francisco, went to the Cowboys, created a legacy with the Cowboys when you went to your rival. So that tells me Prime has always been a guy who embraces the moment. He embraces the moment, so ain't no sweat off my back. All right, see, USF was a better fit. I don't agree. I think Colorado's a bigger brand. I think USF now is from a regional standpoint, him being a South Florida guy himself. Yeah, that makes sense. But from a branding standpoint, I think Colorado's the bigger program, and it's not even close in my opinion. Meta World G says, "Do you think Travis would follow FSU?" No, I think Travis Hunter will follow him. I think they have a strong relationship. I think he definitely will follow Colorado. Yeah, that's for damn sure. Bam, this come out of from white people getting him out of. This come out of white people getting him out of HBCUs. Yeah, well, it ain't white people. It's money taking him out of HBCUs. Again, we talking about Coach Prime making $300,000, and he's donating 75K of that right back into the program. So it's more about opportunity. And listen, man, if you ever participate in this SWAC, you know that it's a lot of bullshit. Damn, I whistle. It's a lot of bullshit in the middle of trying to get things done, trying to get guys eligible, trying to get guys meal plans together, trying to get I'm just telling you what I know. So it's like at some point it does wear on you, man. It does wear on you. Now, me personally, I embrace it. I'm a SWAC guy. I know what it is. I know everything won't be rosy. You talking about Coach Prime used to going to Florida State. This man has had, since about, 21 years old, had everything at his beck and call. So to humble yourself and get down to what you have to deal with at the SWAC level, it's just a finite amount of time before you're like, okay, I'm going to do something else. And I don't blame him for that. Just saying. Reggie also says, you should have seen this come after the interview. Well, yeah, I mean, he's always left the door open for that. I mean, so it doesn't floor me. See that? And now I just wish it wasn't this early, me personally. But it does not floor me. It does not surprise me that that's what Coach Prime is on right now. Let's see. Yeah, Travis gone. Like, yeah, for sure. Man, forget that UT talk. I wish LSU were high. I ain't mad at it. If he goes on a Nike sponsored school, man, we get the best. Yeah, yes, he will. Yes, he will. And that's the uncomfortable truth of it. Now, I know Jackson is sponsored by Under Armour, but that's not like I guess you would say a tier one partnership. If you go to Colorado, you got more perks. It is what it is. Dante says it might take him longer than he thinks in Colorado, man. Sure it will. Any job is not promised. Look at these coaches who bounce from school to school to school to school to school. They have all this money to throw at you, of course. But if I'm judging Prime off of what I see him as, he wants a chance to do it, though. He's not going to sit around and talk about it. And that's why I put it in my community tab about a quote he put out. And I'll read this quote. This is Coach Prime's words, not mine. He says, what are you saving it for? Tomorrow? Next week? I'm trying to read it in my Coach Prime voice. What you saving it for? Tomorrow? Next week? Better situation? Another person? Another opportunity? It's time you exhaust everything that's inside of you. Today, here, it's time to get it. This is your now. This is your moment, season. Hashtag Coach Prime. That's how he thinks, man. Like, so, rather than get upset about people, I'm making my point to understand people. And when you understand people, you get scoped. You understand that, okay, this move is going to happen because of this personality trait. And that's what Coach Prime, has shown in that statement. He put that tweet out yesterday. That crystallized it to me. Shout out to Media One Sports, man. Good to see you. Since Prime wanted to stay, but JSU, Mississippi didn't really make the necessary changes in 2 years. They got complacent on the hype, and crowds never addressed his infrastructure issues. He was over. Listen, man, again, the logistics of the SWAC can piss you off, man. It really can. Only saying because I live that life. It can piss you off, man. The financial aid not coming in time, you're not getting your SWAC check in time. It's all the madness, man. It can run you hot, man. Just saying. Erica, I miss your comment. I know you. Yeah. So Erica is a Jackson State alum. She's finally to leave. But one thing for sure, why make a big commotion about having the number one recruit go to HBCU if you're just going to take him with you? Well, because any coach would. I've seen this happen on all levels. I've seen recruit a guy on the D2 level. He goes up and takes a D1 job and brings the D2 guy up with him. That's just what coaches do. If you're comfortable with a kid, you're going to bring him whatever level you're at. So that's not exclusive to Coach Prime. Not at all. Shout out to Free Zone Lou. Good to see you, brother. Let me drop the link. This is just for the Twitter game. Again, I'll open up for everybody. That's my boy, man. All right. Thank y'all, man. We 107 deep. Y'all hit the like button, please. If you want to contribute to the channel, you see what the mechanism is. You don't have to. I'm gonna keep the show going regardless. All right, so Will, if you want to hop up, you can do that, bro. All right, so let me catch some comments. Comments are going nuts, going crazy. So let me try to keep up with y'all. Appreciate y'all patronizing the page. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, please. I'm gonna give y'all the real over here, man. It is what it is. All right, Daniel Sims says it would be a shame if he left, but at the same time, he brought more attention to the SWAC than he earned the right to at least listen to other offers. Exactly. And this goes back to last year with the TCU thing. TCU was allegedly, offering, Coach Prime a position to move up and take that job, and everybody was butthurt about it. And listen, man, you can't use your thousandaire mentality to tell a millionaire what to do. And I wish, again, I want Coach Prime to stay forever. It's just good for the conference. It just is. But if I'm being realistic, that man has a right to stand on his own timeline. And none of us are here. None of us can dictate what this man does with his time, his resources, and his life. I mean, we're talking about a guy who had blood clots in his foot, and if you guys don't know, blood clots can potentially kill you. So this man got his own timeline, man. His work is his work, and none of us can tell him what to do with it, in my opinion. But with that being said, Between Game Sports, what you got, bro? All right, you might be on mute. All right, so I'll get these comments to Will hops on. Let's see. D-Lob says, shout out to D-Lob, man. Good to see you, bro. Say he ain't got to do all that line, though. That video call read, he was talking to recruits from Colorado reportedly. Well, what his call is.
Yo.
All right, okay, Will's in the building.
There we go. What's the word? Boys is out here feeling a little emotional this morning, ain't?
Yeah. And not even this morning. It was last night I saw, man. I caught myself getting the Twitter fingers going back and forth with people. I'm like, man, let me just make a video about this.
Nah, I saw it last night. I thought about jumping on last night, but I was like, man, I'm going to take a break. And I thought about doing it this morning. But I'm going to let other people have it, man. But, man, like you said in your post on the Facebook group, man, this man has done more for the SWAC than anybody has done in the last 30, 40 years besides Coach Robinson. And this is why we've been saying from the beginning, enjoy the ride, because, nothing is promised forever, man. Like somebody said, like kids that go to the school, that attend the school, they don't stay at Jackson State forever. You go get your 4-year degree and you move on about your business.
Great.
The only messed up part about this is 18 to 22, 23-year-old kids don't really understand college sports is a business. And I say that because adults don't understand that.
Great.
So it is what it is, man. Those kids gonna have to find somewhere else to go, man. But it happens every single day, man. People switch jobs every day, so that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, it's very normal, man. Listen, man, coach mobility is something that you're gonna see very prevalent on any level. And I want to say a coach I want to see coming today is Coach Willie Taggart, formerly at Oregon. He just got fired from I forget what school he just got fired from, but I would love to see a guy like that. And the point I made on Doc Holliday's post yesterday was that that's reminiscent of your boy Mike Davis leaving Indiana and then going to Texas Southern and rebuilding his career. And I forgot what school he's at now. And Coach Jones is taking over TSU.
Detroit Mercy.
Mercy. Yeah, Detroit Mercy. So it's where he's at now. So that's what I see with Willie Taggart can probably do for Jackson State as well. What was I about to say? And that's it can keep the train going because the interest in Jackson State that normally was not there is there now. So Coach Prime has overperformed in my opinion. And I'm going to go through my talking points. I keep saying that, but the chat's keeping it popping, man. So I'm gonna give y'all priority, man. I appreciate y'all being here. Y'all hit the like button. We're about 40 some odd likes, 107 people in here. Let's get it up. Oh, let's see. Well, as you say, I take the emotion away, folks. Yeah, and it's hard to take the emotion away. I understand that Coach Prime is
very, very hard. And somebody said, Scam Newton says now it's business. I guess it was never about uplifting HBCUs. Did you just miss what I just said, man? The dude has made HBCUs popular for in the 2 years that he's been there. Let's say 3 years that he's been there, compared to anybody else that's ever been in the conference as a coach.
Yeah, and moreover, listen, man. Any person who's a salesman per se, you're gonna come up and you're gonna overpromise. And I made the comparison to Obama, and I know that missed some people, but Obama was like change. And a lot of people, he left a lot to be desired for what Black people's interests were as a president. And you can blame bureaucracy, you can blame the House, the Senate, and all that they want to do. Okay, no problem. But when you come in though, your pitch is it's gonna be grandiose. You're gonna pitch something as in like, yo, I'm gonna do all this on the Trump side, build a wall, and Mexico gonna pay for it. You're gonna come in hot, move something, bro. That's just the way of the world, man. Go ahead. What you got with it?
Nah, I was just laughing that you said the Trump wall thing, man. But that's what people do, man. You gotta what do you call it? Decorate it up, man. You gotta make people believe, man. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. But like the SWAC was there before Dion was there, and it's gonna be there way before he's gone. So it's no sweat off my back, man. We gotta keep rocking and moving, man. Again, for all the new folks who want to support the SWAC schools just because Dion was there, stay with it. If he does leave, stay with it. That's how I want to push it forward.
I am.
Yeah, I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna report on what I can report on. It is what it is. If he does leave, man, much power to him, man. $5 million is $5 million, man.
$5 million. We talking about against $300K.
$5 million is $5 million. Just like the dude that came on my stream the other day to my man, but he got the documentary coming out on Amazon Prime. And that's why I hit him with, okay, so if that documentary makes $4 million and he makes $5 million at Colorado, who really won in that situation?
Listen, man, nothing is forever in the flesh, man. Nothing is forever in the flesh. Shout out to SKC with the 5 on it, our first contribution. So you know what you get over here, man. You get that dollar bill. Money. Yeah. Money. Yeah. Appreciate the SKC. He says, with Prime situation with 3 major changes, should the SWAC make to improve the conference or build the brand? Damn, that's a loaded question. I like that. That question makes me want to think. All right. Let's tackle that one. With 3 major changes. First off, capitalize on the relationship you have with ESPN now. Every game Jackson State played was on ESPN. And I know some people, detractors, were saying, oh, well, SWAC been on ESPN. Yeah, but not every game. Every game was on ESPN this year. Undisputed was talking about Jackson State. RG3 was putting Shedeur Sanders in the Heisman category. So we all can understand that this has been a year like none other as far as exposure is concerned. So one is, I would say, I would try to ink up deals. So Charles McClellan, I'm talking to you. Ink up deals to get more ESPN games, lined up and ready to go for 2023 and beyond. You got anything?
I'm trying to think. continue to be proactive, man. Like especially to the social media world. Continue to push that info out, letting folks know about what's happening. Not only with football, with basketball as well, man. You got to continue to put the product out. And as Dion said, don't be afraid. These coaches don't be afraid to go ask about a 4 and 5 star recruit.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid. And like we used to say in the dating world, man, the worst she can say is no.
Shoot your shot, man.
The worst she can say is no, man. She might cuss you out, but at the end of the day, it's just still saying no. But you got to take your chances.
I agree with that wholeheartedly, and I got a small story with that. One of my guys, Lamar Roberson, man, he played at U of H, he played UNLV, U of H, UNLV, U of H and UNLV, I believe. And he was saying that he came out of Southern Lab High School, which is like a extension of Southern University. And he's really good friends with Tyrus Thomas. And I think Tyrus Thomas with Southern Lab as well. And the coach at the time at Southern was Coach Spivey. And he was like, and not one time did Coach Spivey ask him or Tyrus to come to Southern. Not one time. Yeah. He was like, man, I would have considered it, but he never asked. So shit, I went to U of H. And Tyrus Thomas went to LSU. Tyrus Thomas went to NBA after that, and history went back past that. But he said Coach Spivey never asked him. So to your point, yeah, you need to shoot your shot. You need to be able to just put it out there. I know you have a limited recruit budget. I understand that, but we're in a digital age now, and you can take advantage of that. So yeah, shoot your shot. Shoot your shot.
Yeah, and the same thing goes with as far as reaching out to these local businesses and local promoters, like you said. Because Prime had that one video with the Cadillac or something like that.
Mm-hmm. At that car dealership.
Yeah, car dealership, man. Like coaches need to just follow the blueprint. Again, they're not of a Coach Prime caliber of person, but you got to follow the blueprint. He's giving it to you, so just roll with that.
Okay, so that's our 3. So appreciate that question, SKC. Appreciate that. So that brings our contribution goal at 1. So I'll fix that. So y'all hit the like button, man. We are 113 deep in here. Y'all hit that subscribe button if you're new. Hit that like button, man. We're going to give you that real talk, man. So look, let me hop into my talking points for the 5th time.
Yeah.
All right, so about the selling out part. When I was working in Dallas, I had a affluent white lady ask me, because I told her I used to be a teacher. And I told her I used to teach, in Title I, which is like, lower income areas, i.e. Black kids and Hispanic kids. She asked me, do you feel like you are you're selling out by like leaving kids and doing sales? And I gotta say, man, I made twice what I made teaching sales. And my first reaction was get on her ass, obviously for even questioning me. Like, I mean, I come from nothing. Like, I mean, I ain't come from the street, nothing like that. But me and you come from the same area. Like, we come from abundance, as it were. So, my first thing was the audacity of her asking me that. But some people really view things that way because they feel like some people think that somebody has to do the hard work. Why don't you go do it?
Yeah.
And I don't chive with that mentality. How are you going to tell somebody else what their lifespan is, what their expectation is, what their goals are? You just can't do that. You can't tell somebody what to do with their time, energy, effort, et cetera, et cetera. So when people are telling Prime what he should do, it really, really does not chive with me because you cannot tell them what to do. You can't tell Coach Prime what his timeline was. So remember the other night, bro, when you had that stream, I kept asking the brother, okay, so how many years is enough years for Coach Prime to stay there for you to be okay for you? He couldn't give me an answer. So we got to cut this stuff out, man. Like you can't, it's not your job to tell somebody else what they're supposed to do with their time, energy, and effort. It's not your job to do that, especially not another grown man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, just like we stated, like, was Coach Prime supposed to be the savior of the SWAC? Was that his goal, what he was lobbying for? And I guess that's what people bought into so much. I guess we as a black people, we always is trying to figure out somebody else do the work and we reap the benefits of it. No, that's not how it goes, man. That's not how this country works. That's not how this world works. You got to go put in the work yourself. If you want something to be done, damn it, you go do it yourself. Don't depend on one person. The SWAC is consisted of 10, 12 schools. So it's more than just one coach in the damn in the damn SWAC. Everybody else got to contribute.
Mm-hmm. That's real talk. And Scam said not telling what to do. He's using his actions and words against him. But with the dude, we're using his actions and words against him. Sure, man. Good luck with that. Tell me what that gets you in life by scrutinizing a guy who gave a pitch. So it's like when you go into a job, do you say, well, I'm gonna be a decent worker. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna be late every now and again. The next best job coming around, I'm probably gonna listen to it. My LinkedIn is still open. Is that how you approach a job? Absolutely not. The job, I'm well skilled. I love the company, and I think I can build, and that's what you do. So you can't say the same thing. You can't say the same thing about somebody else that you would apply to your own life. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, say Prime must be paying y'all. No, Coach Prime doesn't pay me a dime. I never had a conversation with the man. So
never met him. Well, I have met him actually.
That's juvenile, bro. Because I have nothing to do with anything Coach Prime does. Like he doesn't affect my bottom line at all. I'm just speaking based on what life is, bro. Tomato Frog, and he says, dudes, this is very myopic. There's a bigger picture of our community. Well, what do you mean? I know what myopic means, but so what are we missing as far as scope? So please elaborate. Let's see. Black on black foods. Yeah, I mean, it's inevitable in my opinion. We like to basically pocket watch other people that we wouldn't do on our own, and we try to basically do but not say but not do. And this is apropos of what we do as a community. This is what we do. You don't tell Coach Prime to do with his time, money, and resources that you would not hold yourself to.
I'm still trying to figure out what is this dude talking about. Prime must be paying us. What are you talking about, man?
No,
what are you bringing up here? Are you trying to add to the conversation? Or are you trying to troll? What's the real issue with that?
His name is Scam Newton. So, I mean, that tells you everything you know. But I appreciate you being here, though. You helped my algorithm out. That's cool.
Yep.
Shout out to Geniality, man. Good to see you. The other coaches and communities have to participate. Yeah, I mean, listen, man, if you want Prime to stay, you got to pool resources. That's what we got. I mean, I know Jimbo Fisher's doing a horrible job, but that's what got all those recruits to Texas A&M. People pulling that money together. Just saying, man. If you want to stay, man, like, listen, certain things have to happen.
My question is I've been playing this 2K getting my butt drunk, but what was the contingency plan that Jackson State had in place for this? They had to know. What was the contingency plan that the SWAC as a whole, as a conference, what was the plan behind this? You had to know that this man was not going to be there for years, because in today's age, there are not many coaches who are staying at a program for multiple years. Nick Saban might be the longest tenured coach. Dabo Swinney might be the longest tenured coach. Folks like, but coaches, it's like it's a carousel every single year because a new job opens up all the time, right? Colorado stunk this year. What were they, 1-10? Cincinnati had a coaching job open. UCF, Texas A&M should have a coaching job open, but they can't buy that dude out. The coach that was at Liberty just got the new job at what? Is it Auburn?
Who's that?
The coach that was at Liberty.
Yeah, I forget the dude's name. Damn, Shannon Sharp said his name the other day.
I can't think of his name either.
Oh, what's that?
Nick Freeze or something like that. Nick Freeze. So what was the contingency plan that Jackson State had in order, knowing that Coach Prime will more than likely not be there for multiple years?
And listen, man, I'm sure Ashley Robinson has a plan. Like, again, this is a guy I know in real life, man. Ashley Robinson was at Prairie View. That's why I got to know him. Young guy with young ideas, like I said in the stream on Doc Holliday's channel yesterday. So I'm sure they do have a contingency plan. Again, in my opinion, I would go for Willie Taggart. But who knows? I mean, I'm sure they got – because you have to – when you have a 5-year plan board, you got to account for all variables. You can't put everything in one basket, especially being an athletic director. I hope it, and I know he won't. I'm not even gonna put that on him like he's done that. But like you have to really think about every scenario. So I'm sure he has. What he actually has a plan, we don't know, because obviously that's privy information And obviously, Coach Prime hasn't announced anything yet. So it's all speculatory.
All speculation. I wouldn't mind seeing a Kevin Sumlin go out there and try to get it to resurrect his career.
I wouldn't mind either. He was rumored to be in line for the Prairie View job. We ended up going with Bubba. And I like Coach Bubba. It's a good way to go. Yeah, I would love guys to take Coach Prime's footsteps and get back into, historically black college football. I would love to see that. Tomato says we can be a Power 5 conference and build our own. Yeah, I agree with that. But I mean, it's not going to be one person to do that, man. So again, this hero complex that we got, this savior complex, I just think it's fruitless. It's not up to Coach Prime to say the SWAC. It's up to the SWAC to say the SWAC.
I don't think people are understanding it, though. It's not up to this man to save the SWAC. Yes, he did a lot. He made a lot of promises. But like I said in my stream, man, like the dude was saying, but he said that God sent him and he answered God's call and all this other stuff. Y'all know how many preachers promised such and such, Creflo Dollar, what was his name? That came back and had to make amends with himself, man. Like preachers, people make promises to each other all the time. We can go into the husbands and wives. They say to death do us part, but you see people getting divorced all the time.
55% of marriages end in divorce. 55.
So it's not. We're not saying that it's right, but it happens, right? And that's just the reality. Man, we gotta live in reality, folks. That's all I'm saying. I was completely wrong. If he does leave, I said he was gonna be there for 5 to 7 years, and I can be a man. And I said on my stream many a time, if he leaves, I will come on and say I was completely wrong. Said it. I'm on record. But at the end of the day, you're gonna go to sleep. Hopefully, you wake up in the morning and you live on the next day.
Hey, and it ain't promised, man. And I know 2 people who didn't wake up in the last 2 weeks. One of my boy Jose Maguire, man, out there in the Bay Area, man. He passed in the street about a week and a half ago. Another guy who's very popular in the manosphere space, Alan Roger Curry, passed in his sleep Sunday. You ain't guaranteed to wake up, man. So one of my best friends, Ernest Walker, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, passed in his sleep. And none of this stuff guaranteed, man. So you strike while the iron's hot. You do your own. You live out your own life purpose. And what you were saying is true. What you're saying, like God's purpose, but who are you to tell him what his goal is for serving God's purpose? Like you don't. That's why I kept asking him, what's the timeline? Like, okay, so you're saying this. What's the timeline though? I couldn't get an answer, and that kind of perturbed me. It's like, who are you telling a man what his purpose is? So. Yeah. All right, so let's see. Dante says this is what so many people run away from pro-blackism. At the end of the day, you don't get rewards. Yeah, I mean that's just reality. And shout out to Etika Harrison with the contribution. So I'm gonna lighten the mood just a little bit because I know we get into real talk, which I love. That was the point why I made this show title the title I made it because I wanted to be this hard conversation like this. And thank y'all for showing up. So with that being said, thank you, Miss Etika, for the contribution. So
who is SWAC, baby?
Appreciate that. That brings that's forever funny. I don't care what nobody said. All right, so that puts our contribution goal at 2 out of 5. So thank y'all again. Not required. Like button's free. You can hit the like button. So let's get back into it. So, and I see y'all going hard on the on the comments, and I'm trying to get the ones I get. If you super chat, that gets priority. But I'm gonna just get the ones I can get to. So sorry if I'm missing y'all. Let's see. You think Prime taking coordinators? Oh, absolutely. He's gonna update his staff for sure. You better believe that. I'm sure he believes in his guys. He loves his guys, but he understands the level that he's going to if he's going to the Pac-12. So he's definitely gonna upgrade. You can believe that. But it says all starts with us and ends with us. There you go. We gotta do our own stuff, man. But it's not gonna be. We've already had our own stuff. So Coach Prime, it's not his job to say the SWAC. We've been having black coaches in SWAC positions like forever. So this is nothing new. We're saying so proud of Coach Prime is stepping up their game. I mean, I'm with it too, man. I'm with whatever Coach Prime wants for his life, man. It's weird times that folks don't like seeing this crabs and bear. Hey, you said not me. Go ahead, Will.
I want to ask the question: Do folks have a problem with Eric Dooley leaving Prairie View because he went to a SWAC championship game last season and he left and went to Southern. Was there no backlash because he went and stayed in the conference? At the end of the day, he switched jobs. He didn't get fired. He should have stayed at Prairie View. If more folks, if we're thinking of having that same logic that Coach Prime shouldn't be leaving going to Colorado, then we should have that same logic for Coach Dooley leaving Prairie View going to Southern. Now, I don't know if his contract was up or nothing like that, but I just wanted to throw that question out.
No, you know what's funny? So Prairie View alum were actually getting on Dooley about staying. They want Dooley gone because we lost the SWAC championship game. So, I mean, I BS you not. Prairie View alum wanted Coach Dooley gone because we lost the championship game in that fashion because, you know, Jawan Pass did not have a great game, right? So that's the whole thing of this whole thing. People going to have opinions all over the place. What is your purpose? What is your job? What do you want to accomplish? And that's it. And that's it. You can't you can't acquiesce to other people's expectations because other people's expectations is all over the place. So like I said, your boy OZ says he's not a great coach. Hey, man, listen. You went to the SWAC championship with two different schools. I'm sorry. I'm going to put you in a good to great coach category. I'm sorry that yours is it's so high. Salute to you and your high goals and lofty expectations. When you go to the SWAC championship twice in 2 years in two schools, you're a damn good coach. Sorry. Shout out to Ed Learn the building with the 10 ball. You know what that gets you up there. Let's bring Dollar Bill. Dollar Bill you want to come and talk to y'all, man. You gotta talk to us. You know what time it is. Money. Yeah. Money. Yeah. Appreciate that. And Learn says who able to catch your stream. My season started. Yeah, man. I know you're busy, Coach Learn. So I appreciate you, bro. Let's see what's scam. I like the trolls, man. The trolls. I like to school y'all. So your boy says you're deflecting. He didn't save HBCUs. Who said he saved HBCUs? I said that nobody's going to save HBCUs. What are you talking about? What he did do is bolster the economy that is Jackson State University. That's what he did do. What are you talking about? DeAndre Polk says Coach Prime did a lot for the HBCU community and gave a lot of exposure. Plus, coaches have been doing this for years. Classic case of it's cool when they do it, problem when I do it. Hashtag. Well, yeah, I mean, he it's not even debatable if he brought, notoriety to the conference. Like, again, I'm a SWAC guy. Like, this is what I love to talk about. I love to watch SWAC competition. And again, if y'all not watching SWAC basketball, man, the men out there kicking ass out there, man. They're beating Power 5 and above our level conferences. So y'all make sure y'all giving SWAC basketball that love too, because they out there doing a thing in particular against the Pac-12. I think it was a home series and we won like 4 out of the 7, something to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
The SWAC's out there doing work, man. So yeah, so bringing more exposure, that's exactly what we want. And I almost forgot. DeAndre, I got you. When you get to the channel, you know what time it is. You get that dollar bill, actually. Money. Yeah. Money. Yeah. Uh-oh. Cash App, Joe Switch said, keep up the great content. Thank you, sir. Uh-oh, I'm sorry. I got it going crazy right now.
Yeah, you got another one that just popped in.
Got it on loop here. All right, so trucking with Tony says, funny how fans suddenly calling Shador. Exactly. Like, so again, you can't let your emotions govern your actions. I understand you're a bit perturbed that these guys are leaving. Potentially leaving, allegedly leaving. I think I heard our snap. Shout out to Kwame Brown for that statement. But it's not guaranteed right now. So right now, it's like when you everybody's starting to read the tea leaves and you're feeling some type of way about it. I understand, I get it. But it's not up to you to tell these people what to do, man. It doesn't make them trash. It doesn't make them anything. It's just the fact that, hey, the time expired. They're moving on. So thank you, Trucking with Tony. So I'm going to give you and my boy, Mr. Swisher, y'all's acknowledgement. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel, man. It really helps. Thank y'all so much. So,
who is SWAC, baby?
All right, so it puts us at our goal for 5. if we want to go past that, we can. I won't stop you from doing the Lord's work. So let's make it 10. All right. So Will, anything you want to add on so far the comments? And again, guys, I know that the comment section is popping. Super chats get priority. I'm trying my best to keep up. But
I'm strolling through. I saw Brian Johnson. Oh, what up, Brian? I ain't seen him in a minute. What up, Big? A lot of folks are okay. I guess, and that's the funny thing about with God and Jesus, man. Some people take it such to heart, man. But y'all gotta understand, if you believe in God and this and Jesus, we're man. We make mistakes. We change our hearts, man. That's the price of having free will, as you can say it if you're a religious person. Free will is what it's called. People change their minds every single day. Every single day. Yeah, it hurts a little bit, but man, it is what it is, man. Like, one of my favorite things to do is acknowledge it, adapt to it, and move on from it.
There you go.
That's all we can do, man. Yes, we can talk about it. It's gonna be news for probably about another week, maybe about 3 or 4 days, somewhere in there. But there's gonna be another new story that happens, man. Man. So y'all just get ready for the game today. Get ready for the celebration board and move on to basketball season. It is what it is. We can't be stuck on the fact that if he does leave, how will that affect the SWAC? Don't let it. Continue to support the channels that are boasting and boosting the SWAC. Keep doing that. Don't be the guy, oh, I'm leaving because Coach Prime is leaving. Well, okay, so be it. But if you truly care about what HBCUs want to do and what you want them to do, and you want them to grow, you continue to stay. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man, we control this. We've seen the power that we have. You see all these channels come out of nowhere talking about HBCU sports, so they ain't never even considered thinking nothing about HBCU sports, right? This is a good thing. Keep the train moving. Coach Prime got the engine running. He fixed the train. The train got some new rudders. He got the new. Now I'm talking train jargon, which I don't know shit about. But keep the train moving. Keep supporting these channels. Keep watching when the big boys show HBCU content, because they care about money. They care about exposure. And I'll keep it real with y'all. They saw the YouTube numbers and they started talking about HBCUs because they want to get in on it too. That's how you build the profile of this thing that we're doing. That's how you do it. So keep patronizing this stuff. Because they see it. They see it. Let's see. And shout out to SKC again. Say Coach Prime, coach of the Dallas Cowboys, would say, yeah, man, I would love to see it. Anybody but Mike McCarthy, man. Mike McCarthy is.
I would put it in terms like this, man. I don't know how many people listen to the radio stations, but y'all hear those commercials about how black folks spend, $3 trillion throughout the nation and all this other stuff, and then they give you the 3 black businesses that they're supporting for the week. It's the same thing with this, man. If we want to expand the brand, then it has to be the people. It can't be the coach. It has to be the people. Obviously, like you said, the big boy networks peeped in on what's happening. If the demand is there by the consumers, people like us, they're going to show it. So if you stay and continue to ask for this product, they're going to put it out there. So again, one man is not going to boost this thing where we want it to be, and that's all I'm saying.
That's exactly right. And shout out, I'm gonna give SKC your acknowledgement, my brother. Thank you for contributing to the channel once again. Dollar Bill back out, man. I'll tell you, Dollar Bill want to talk to y'all, man. Money, yeah. Money, yeah. It's my favorite movie, man. I'm sorry. Every time they come on, I have a moment. That's my movie. That's Player Club, my favorite movie by far. Shout out to HBCU band talking to Bill.
What up?
Yeah, so man, what you're saying is true, man. Like, listen, man, it's up to us. Like, we are our own economy. Like, it's like the black community. The money we earn and spend is like a whole country, and unfortunately, our money kind of cycles very quickly. It doesn't stay in the community. We earn well, we spend a lot too. So maybe we should rethink things and spend it right back in our own community so we can keep things cycling. I think the black dollar, they say, cycles about 6 hours. other communities in a few days. So there's something to think about. I don't want to go too far into that subject matter, but feel free to look that up on your own. So invest in these channels, man. Invest in these media outlets if that's what you like. They produce. Just saying. Brian says JSU to be held accountable for leaving his revenue stream. He is Brother Jackson. Local owners not putting up some dollars. Hey, well, the community of Jackson State, hey, you on the lecture, man. It is what it is. Shout out to Tomato Frog Game says, great discussion. We need to keep building and not just take a bag and run. I moved my fan to PV and send my 2 kids to PV and tennis. We could have gone to PW out the bag, I believe. And there it goes, man. We got to live this stuff, man. Like, it's easy to talk, but you got to live it. Like me, I'm a third generation Prairie View guy. Funny, I said I would never go to HBCU, and we'll know that. But I ended up going to Prairie View because my aunties went there, and then my great auntie went there. My cousins went to Prairie View. So I ended up, making it to PV. But yeah, I mean, listen, man, what other place to go than somewhere that is funded by your own? And again, Coach Prime does not have to be the liaison for that thing to happen. We know the information already. We know the HBCUs are better for us. Keep supporting it. That's it. It goes up, man. It goes up. It's almost like, when a ship comes and makes the water level go up and all the ships come up at the same level. Same thing, man. If we keep going with this wave that Coach Prime made, the water marker is higher now. So that's the new standard. That's the new equal level. You guys understand my analogy I'm trying to put. But thank you, Tomato Frog. Or tomato. Why I say tomato? I guess the same thing.
Tomato.
You know what you get, man. You get a dollar bill, man. Thank you for the contribution, sir. Or madam. There we go. You get that money. Yeah. All right, so we 150 deep. Hit that like button, man. And B More Akuma says, I still don't forget how skeptical on his arrival they were to be labeled haters. Explain that to me.
I think he's trying to say he hasn't forgot how people were treating him when he arrived. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, people were skeptical, yes. So it's funny how, in retrospect, now it's a foregone conclusion he was a wild success at Jackson. Now it's just like, yeah. But you gotta understand, you know what? That's why you can't people please. You gotta have your own purpose, your own goal in mind, and just stick to what you're gonna do. Because people's gonna flip-flop, people gonna forget. And you just can't subject yourself to other people's scrutiny. You gotta be on your own 1-2. As those people say. Shout out to my boy Evo, man. Good to see you, bro. But go ahead, Will.
I just said I remember that. I remember the 3 years ago where the folks was like basically saying he wasn't SWAC before that phrase became popular. Many folks didn't want him being there, but at the end of the day, the abundance of recognition that's going on through the Twitter world. Like, I don't know if you folks have Twitter, man. Y'all should be on Twitter and follow some of these HBCU Twitter handles. There are so many people who are talking about it now, and that's a start. You got to start somewhere. Okay, he picked up a ton. He ran the race. Now he's basically handing it off to somebody else. Again, all this is speculation. It has not been, put out in public by him or the AD of the SWAC or anything like that. This is all still speculation. But usually where there's smoke, there's usually fire. So we're just going to say that he more than likely is leaving. But what I'm saying is, if he's putting down the baton, it's up to the next person or the next coaches, the whole brand, the whole HBCU brand, for them to try to continue to push this thing forward. And that's all we can do. I don't know what else to say about it. That's all we can do. He leaves, okay, so what? Who's going to be the next person to do it?
That's just reality. Reality is nothing is forever, man. He's going to leave at some point. So again, I keep going to the question, how long is enough time? How long is enough time? And shout out to Trucking with Tony with the contribution. Thank you, sir. Say him leaving has likely to do with Shadour's draft stock since he's eligible next year. Give him his flowers. its HBCU impact was immeasurable. Now, I will say I don't agree that he's doing this for Shedeur per se, but that's not a bad take because him playing the Pac-12 and doing what he's doing, that definitely is going to give him more notoriety. That's for doggone sure.
I think too many people are again, they got caught up on the words, man. And this is what good preachers do. They can play with your emotions. They appeal to your emotions. So many people are caught up on the fact that he said he wanted to turn the SWAC into a Power 5 conference, right? But maybe he sat back and looked at it, the resource that he was getting.
Ain't feasible.
Maybe he decided, like, man, that's a tough goal. And again, I must keep saying it. People change their minds every single day, and I'll use that analogy again. Divorces happen every single day, but people get up in front of the altar and say, "To death do us part, for better or worse," all the single time. But you see people getting divorced every single day.
That's a great point.
So what's the real issue, man? You accept it. Like, what's the stages of grief? Is it denial? Anger. like we got a lot of folks in that stage.
Boy, I wish I had my soundboard working. Boy, I hit you to the ball.
We are in that. We got a lot of folks in that phase, man. Acceptance, denial, something, anger, something. Bargaining, bargaining is one of them, and then you can go to acceptance. Now I'm in the acceptance role already. Like,
that is revelatory. Damn, I'm speechless. Holy cow! All right, so trucking. Let me give you your acknowledgement, bro. I'm gonna give you the who is SWAC, man. We may not have too many more time to do this. So let me.
Who is SWAC, baby?
Appreciate you, trucking. All right, man. Damn. Man, between the game, them broke it down for you right there with the stages of grief that some people going through. You know what? It never occurred to me. That's what's going on. The stages of grief. Oh, man. I'm mind blown.
Tough out here, man.
So he has shown what is possible as all of the HBCUs, alumni, respective communities to build. Don't just participate just because he's the opponent. Yeah, man, you got to build the infrastructure from within. You have to. They keep stealing from him and kids. They keep stealing from him and kids. Things stuff. Yeah, I mean, listen, man. Again, there's some of the not so perfect parts of the SWAC. In the SWAC, man, we should say this shit, as a player. Only in the SWAC you see some shit like that. You see a lot of effery, dog. You just do. And with Coach Prime getting his stuff broken into, and I'm not saying that drove him away per se. I mean, you remember stuff like that. You do.
Hey, man, people that live in the hood get their stuff broken into. Eventually, they get tired of it and they leave. Hello. We just got to break this thing down into real life and not just look at it from a sports perspective, man. We got to look at it as real life, man. The two go hand in hand.
And again, to people saying he promised a bill of goods, tell me when you went to a job interview, like, I'm going to do a decent job. I'm going to try my best. And you know what I'm saying? I'm going to take days off. No, that's not what you say. You say, I'm going to put my best foot forward. I really like this company. I'm going to expand to new heights and all this shit. That's what you say on a job interview, right? This is no different. This is how you get a job. This is how you get a fan base to buy into you. Now, I'm all with accountability, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't hold them to, a standard. But I think as educated people, which I take people on the stream to be, you got to understand the fluff and understand reality too. That's all I'm saying. Cedric says, my biggest problem is the PWIs have accomplished their mission of taking the light back off of HBCU community. JSU has been the hottest university over the last 2 years. I agree with that. But at the end of the day, I mean, what else do you expect? That's what bigger entities do. They gobble up the competition. Like, this is what they do. They do. Just how Alabama State took my boy Anton Sewell from Bowie State. Now he's at Morgan State right now, but that's still a bigger school than Bowie. Yeah, you go poach talent from smaller entities. That black schools do it too. So I mean, we got to kind of keep these things in perspective.
You got to look at it. You can't even look at it in the terms of war, right? What do bigger countries go do when you see another country, a smaller country, on the uprise, or they had resources, things that they didn't have? What do bigger countries do? They went and invaded.
Yeah.
We're making this. Some folks are making this harder than what it is, and when we break it all down, it's really simple.
It's very
really
simple. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
No, I'm done. I'm saying it's simple, man. And I think Cam Newton said, "What, that opinion don't make any sense, y'all mad because he preached like he was for the culture, but he's not. He's for the bag." Okay, man. Like, again, I'm not going to scrutinize and give somebody flack if their value is money, man. Like, I don't value money like that. I never do, because if I did value money, I would work a lot harder than what I do. Money really doesn't move me, but for some folks it does, and it's okay, man. It's okay. Not affecting my bottom dollar.
Yeah, man. You got a pseudonym name, you know what I'm saying? A surname rather. And I mean, I get it, bro. You get to kick shit around. That's fine. But my opinion doesn't change. Yes, I mean, I understand people whether they get emotional about what they say and do. I understand. Coach Prime is a preacher. That's what he is. So he's gonna, again, like you do at a job interview, he's gonna oversell himself. That's what you're supposed to do. So I understand it. So I'm not gonna be let down by him. Oh, well, he said this. I know what he's doing. It's called posturing. Right? So it doesn't, I'm not dismayed by that because I know what he's doing. So, I mean, you can not agree, that's fine. I'm not gonna boot you, I'm not gonna cuss you, I ain't gonna do none of that. You know, for your opinion, you can have your opinion. I can say it's wrong as hell, but that's cool. Cam Newton also says in 2 years a lot of time. It's actually 3 seasons though. Yeah, I think there's plenty of time to decide to move around. Yes, I agree. 3 seasons is enough time to decide you want to move around. Because 3 seasons is enough time for you to get fired too. Just saying. Tomato says, I say Tomato every time. When he makes the SWAC a Power 5 conference, his time is up. Well, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Don't hold your breath on that. That's like, what's the old adage, man? When you know your moms and your dad not getting along, and your dad say, "Hey, I'm about to go get a pack of cigarettes. I'll be right back." Yeah, you've been back in 10 years, and you see,
you still looking out the window, waiting.
Yeah, you look out the window, man. Hey, come back. Good luck with that. Miss Diva said he not SWAC. He was a pretender. In my stomp the yard voice, he should have left out the "We Are Family" BS. I have nothing against him looking for a coach. Drumline Mom M4. Well, Miss Diva, I saw you comment on the stream on the thing a few days ago. I just don't agree with you. Well, no, you was on another stream. I just don't agree with that. Like, you don't have to. Again, it sounds like you want him to be the slave of the SWAC, and that's not his job. His job is to come in and do his job for as long as time as he wants. He's a grown ass man, and move on. That's his job. Y'all want him to come in and do things that it's not in his power to do. It's not in his power to do that. So I'm not going to sit here and allow y'all to do this and say this. Well, I mean, you can say what you want to say. I ain't the opinion police. You do what you want to do. But I am going to come back with my own commentary because it's just, it's a little goofy to me. It's a little goofy to me because that's not his job. He came in but we're assuming he's leaving. No, we don't know he's leaving. He can still be coming back to Jackson for all we know. We're just assuming worst case scenario. The question I always ask is, a lot of coaches say, did you leave the program better than you found it? And I think we all can say we left Jackson State better than we found it. Mm-hmm. Right? It's not even a question. But shout out to my guy, Mr. Fantastic with the 20 ball on the Cash App game, man. So let me.
Who is SWAC? Baby?
Appreciate you, Fantastic, man. Y'all go subscribe to him, man. He probably ain't dropped a comment, but great content creator, man. BABG in the building, man, which is big ass black guy. BABG's in the building, man. Let's see. Let me catch up and thank y'all for the comments, man. It's kind of hard. I'm trying to keep up with these as best as I can. So if I miss you, man, you super chatted, I won't miss you. I promise you. But I'm trying my best, y'all. I'm trying my best. What you got though? What you got, Will?
Now I'm looking at the one comment that the Black Basketball Channel with the Zen man. He said, "If we build it, they will come." Same thing I've been saying. If the demand is there by the culture, by the community, the ESPNs of the world, the Fox Sports of the world, they're going to put the games on television, man. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Like I said about TV deals and stuff like that. If the stands aren't filled, a lot of TV networks aren't going to put those games on the network. So attendance is a key thing. That's why Coach Prime was always preaching about getting the games out, selling out the games. So if y'all want it to be that same way, continue to show up to the games. The only thing I can say that I might be mad about this situation, because I told myself I was going to do this. I was going to go to a Jackson State game during the Coach Prime era, because I knew that it wasn't going to carry that same type of feel. But for folks who've been on my channel, I'm still going to go to a Jackson State game next year. I want y'all to hold me accountable for it. Only thing I'm mad about, I'm not going, if he does leave, I'm not going to be able to attend one while he's there. Missed the boat on that one. Oh, well, so what? But I want y'all to hold me accountable for attending a game next season. But back to what I was saying, if you show up, the demand, the networks and all those people, they're going to continue to put these games on TV. So if you want it, if the community wants it, if the culture wants it, you can make it happen.
Just by watching it. That's all. And I get on Prairie View fans all the time, man. They talk about how our program ain't this and that. Y'all don't go to games. I live in LA, so it's impossible for me to go to games. But if I was living in Houston still, I would be at every home game. We have a beautiful stadium, something that we've bitched and complained about for forever. Now we got this beautiful stadium, which Coach Prime, before he took the job at Jackson, said, "Man, I got to go on here at Prairie View," because they had like an HBCU little combine with high school kids. And Prime said that about Prairie View before he took the Jackson job. So we got a beautiful campus, and everybody knows it. And we're not filling them stadiums up because we BSing. So I got the same smoke from my own school. You got to be, you patronize it, good things happen, period. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little, I like his commentary. You know, I think it's awful, but I like it though. Y'all have a biased opinion, which is why I said y'all pay the preacher while y'all pay your preacher now. You need to hold his words accountable for money. I mean, good luck with that, bro. If you want to down that sword, down the sword, bro. Again, we seek to understand people, not to be emotional about what they said, because I understand the context when they say it. Any coach in any job, you oversell what you're gonna do. Any president coming in, you're gonna oversell what you're gonna do. When you go to a normal job, you're gonna oversell what you do. That's just human nature. So I choose to understand it. Now you seem a little miffed by it. That's cool. I understand what he did, because that's how you get a job. That's how you get people to buy into what you're doing.
Yeah. If that's the case, man, we gotta hold a whole bunch of people accountable, man. Like, we can try, it's not gonna happen. At the end of the day, man, I'm gonna stop responding to that dude. He's obviously trolling. And then somebody else said, why not just broadcast on YouTube? Yeah, that'd be great. But YouTube is part of that same big network entity as well. YouTube runs off an algorithm. So again, if y'all want it, you got to continue to support the channels that are promoting HBCU culture. YouTube uses the algorithm, man. Like this, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, Hombre Negro says, yes, they in denial, but Eddie Robinson foresaw it. No, he didn't foresee shit. Eddie Robinson is hating because he got his ass whooped.
He was emotional. I guarantee if Eddie Robinson does a good job at Alabama State, if he does a good job at Alabama State and some school comes in and offers him, y'all don't think he's not going to entertain that?
Eddie Robinson gone.
Y'all not think he's going to entertain that? Yeah, he might have some loyalty to his alma mater, but I bet if a school comes in and offer him $5 million, he will probably give his alma mater a chance, like, hey, what can y'all do to match this?
And they can't. So he gone. Listen, man. I know you like to play it smooth because you know how our personalities are. We know 8 years old. I'm gonna just cut through the fact. No, I know SWAC culture. No, people say that shit when you know you're in a non-dominant position. So you're gonna try to cut Prime at the only way you can cut him is saying that he ain't real. That's what people say. Like that's hood dude logic. Oh man, you ain't down for the set, man. You ain't. Shut your ass up. That's what that is. So Prime, with the only way you can cut at Prime when he just whooped your ass, got more money than you, got more notoriety than you. Only thing you can cut him at is, all right, shit, you ain't real. That's it. That's playground stuff. That's playground stuff. They saying like you from the suburbs, bro. That's all that is. Like, so I didn't take it no other way. Which I get it, man. When you upset, you gonna say something, you gonna do something. I get it. I get it. Ms. Diva said, no, that's not it. Jackson State is not the only HBCU suffering. Again, coaches come and go. Leave that prosperous garbage behind, I believe. Again, so Ms. Diva, I ask you, how much is enough time? How long is it to stay to satiate your expectation? How long is enough time? Because and when you give me your answer, I'm going to tell you that he has his own timeline. He doesn't go on your timeline. That's all I got, man. That's all I got on that situation, man. You can't tell another man his purpose. I get it. He loaded you up on the rhetoric, and that's why well, maybe let me back up. My job, again, my real life vocation is being a salesman. So I'm not about what somebody's saying, is why they're saying it and what they're trying to convey. So for me personally, it doesn't, I'm not moved by that because I know what you're doing. You're posturing. So let me step back and let me just kind of just step outside of my cynical salesman mind and kind of see it from y'all perspective. So, okay, I get it. You're frustrated that he came in and said all that stuff. All right. Because I can't expect y'all to think how I think. Oh, let me step back. Said, Zen said, I hope Prime rich enough for the money. Listen, it goes back to my billionaire assessment. Billionaire tells a millionaire that, listen, man, you gotta stop thinking like a millionaire. Think like a billionaire. So in short term, there's never such thing as too much money. Some people are like that. And some people deserve to be like that because they have a skill, they have a creation, they have the ability to earn that way. I'm not mad at the people who have that ability taking advantage of it because it's a beautiful thing, especially being a black person. Tomato says, I'm a corporate strategist. Coach Prime has created something that has more value than the Colorado job. It cannot be replicated at a PWI school. Well, that remains to be seen. But what you're saying in theory is not incorrect. Yeah, he's what he's created is very hard to replicate. I agree with that, but it's yet to be seen if you can do it at PWI.
It was lightning in a bottle.
Oh, for sure.
It was lightning in the bottle. And I want to ask this for other folks. So again, it hasn't been confirmed yet. Say he goes to Colorado and he's not successful. And he says, you know what, I want to come back to Jackson State. Would y'all folks open him with open arms? Or y'all still gonna have that same type of hate and mindset that you're having right now?
You say it again?
I said if he goes to Colorado, this is just for people who are angry that he's projected to leave. If he goes to Colorado and he's not successful, and he decides and comes out and say, you know what, I made a mistake. I want to go back to Jackson State. If folks are saying we need to hold him accountable for that, are y'all still going to say, no, man, you left us. No, you left us. You can't come back.
Of course.
Or y'all going to open him. Y'all going to welcome him back with open arms.
Of course they're going to say it. Until he go back and win, then it's all good. Of course people going to say that. I'll go ahead and speak for the populace. Yes, people are going to say that. Because that's stubbornness, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's again, what I try to always do is just be practical with my thoughts. I try to take emotionality out of it and just be practical. Everybody can't do that, man. It is what it is. Mac Pride says Prime need the money. He got to pay Darjon 8-figure loss. Oh, man, you tripping, man. Everybody need money for everything, man. I'm not going to put that on Prime. Susan, SB Sports Talk. Good to see you, bro. They'll say, how many of y'all stay at jobs? Hey, listen, man. Again, my whole thing is, it's just a little strange to me when you hold other people to standards you don't hold yourself to. It's a little strange to me. I get it. It's easy because he's a celebrity. He's a public figure. You can just throw sugar honey iced tea at the wall and let it stick. I get it. It's easy to do that, especially behind a keyboard. But in reality, when you look at it from a pragmatic standpoint, man, like I'm all for black men, black women maximizing their talents and getting paid for their efforts. I'm unwavering on that. I'm unwavering on that. Me personally. Yeah, I don't know about that Darjan thing. You got to put me on game.
Yeah, I don't know that one either.
Nobody. Great recruit.
Hey, Darren be on it, man. Darren be on it, man.
So when I coached at Prairie View, we played University of Colorado, and now I'm not a 420 guy like that, but it was plenty of bunnies out there. I remember we went out to the club in the snow, and it was a good time. Let me just put it that way out there in Boulder, Colorado. I ain't gonna say about it. We was in some haunted hotel. Let me tell it. And bro, Boulder, Colorado was a good time, and I think I was like 25 at the time. 14 years ago. Lord have mercy. When I was coaching at Prairie View. Yeah, man. It was. Yeah. It's not hard to bring young black men over there. Let me put it that way. That's a great comment. I don't know why I keep entertaining Scam, but I like the pushback.
Scam is funny though.
Y'all getting paid. Why hate on Eddie? He not leaving. I guess y'all point of view the only correct. But no, my point of view is my point of view, and this is my stream. So why would I share my point of view?
Yeah, I didn't say my point of view was correct. Right? I'm just giving my opinion on what I think is happening. Right? We can all dissect it in our own certain ways, man. And Scam Newton, you can easily start your own stream right now and give your perspective on why you feel a certain way, right? Don't come to somebody else's stream and telling them that what they're doing is wrong, what they're saying is wrong.
Look, because most dudes Scam is just apropos of a lot of guys who just kind of want to come and get in the comment section, keyboard warrior, and move around. I'm sure if I went to his stream, if I went to his channel, he has no content up. But let me go see.
Oh man.
Because people do that. People do that, and because it's easy. It's easy to have a account with no profile pic and just say anything. It's easy. So he has no subscribers, no videos. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's what I expect. But it's all good, man. Like when you put yourself out there, you have to have a position. I'm not gonna waffle up here. I'm not gonna half say things. I'm gonna say what I think. And if you think, oh well, you just blah blah blah, that's on you, bro. That's on you, man. And shout out to DeAndre Pope with the $2 said, Coach Prime don't owe nobody shit. Like nobody on the why she. Exactly. I like that. Exactly. He doesn't know. Man, listen, man. Coach Prime does not owe anybody anything. He's doing his job based on what he sees fit. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
You know they get you, man. I gotta hit up Coach Prime, man. I think it's going.
Who is SWAC, baby?
I also want to say for folks like I don't know how many people on this that is in this stream right now in the comments. I don't know how many of y'all played collegiate sports or Division I sports. Me and Hoop both played Division I sports. Coaches sell stuff all the time. They're salesmen at best. You go into these kids' houses, you go into these grandparents and talk to the parents or whoever, and you make promises to kids. You come here, you're gonna be a starter off the rip, this and that, all this other stuff. You're selling a product. You're selling the university. You're selling yourself as a coach. But in reality, a lot of times that's not how it goes, man. You get there, you still got to earn your damn spot because they're not just recruiting one person in that position. They're recruiting multiple guys. So you got to get there and earn your spot. So they're telling your parents, excuse me, oh man, we love you, baby. He's gonna play. He's gonna get this amount of minutes, all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, you got to go out there and put in the work. And I'm saying all that to say is, if we were looking at it as a black and white thing, white coaches do this all the time. And if y'all don't hold them accountable to that kind of stuff, don't do it to Coach Prime and don't do it to other coaches because dudes do this all the time. This is the culture of collegiate sports. Promises are made on a daily basis. Anytime that coach calls and picks, picks up the phone to call you, he's making you a promise. He's trying to sell you something. At the end of the day, Coach Prime didn't fulfill his promises to everyone. But again, what? Move on from it.
No coach ever has fulfilled all their.
Not every single person. Not every single. There are no Eddie Robinsons of the world in sports anymore. There are no Coach K's at the Dukes in the world anymore. Coach Boeheim that's at Syracuse. I don't even know if he's still there. He might be still there.
Nah.
And
I'm not sure.
I don't know if he's retired yet or not. But in today's time and fashion, y'all look at every coach. Y'all go look at all these colleges. Coaches are not staying put. This is the nature of college sports right now. This is the nature of it. Either get used to it or continue to be emotional, go through the 5 stages of grief.
No. And listen, man. Well, let me get this comment. Say, we're never going to build our own institution without sacrifice of wealthy amongst us. So now here's why I depart from that logic. We're the only community that expects celebrities to like build our community, and that's just not feasible. With the regular people need to do the work for that, not the celebrities. Celebrities they're pulled by so many other forces that are not quote unquote black, right? So you can't expect celebrities who have to answer to other people to be the curators of our culture. We got to do that. We the people, normal people, got to do this. It's our job because it's our culture. It's our community. So if that's not the case, good luck with hoping a celebrity is going to help and fix our problems because they serve too many masters. There's too many things that they have outside the interest of quote unquote black community. So I disagree with that. And I think we need to stop putting that burden on celebrities because it's not feasible. Okoko said delete that title. I won't. You delete your profile. I will not.
Yeah, man, it's wild. And Will Smith said 80% of coaches move in 3 to 4 years exactly. And then I see Mrs. Diva's comment right underneath it. Yes, man. Coaches I don't want to use the word professional liars.
You're salesmen.
Yes, just salesman, right? You're selling yourself to get that kid because you think something of that kid. But at the end of the day, the same thing that he's telling that one kid, it's called a recruiting trip. So he's going to talk to one kid.
Absolutely.
He's going down the line, say he's going to San Antonio. He backdoor and drives down I-10 going to Houston. So what he told that kid in San Antonio, if they play the same position, more than likely he's going to tell the exact same thing to the kid that's in Houston. And you got to see which kid bites. College sports, that's why I could try to continue to tell folks, and this is why we started these channels. You know, originally we weren't just HBCU channels, which we're not in totality. But we tried to educate folks on what goes on in college sports and sports in general, because we've been in these rooms, we talk with coaches. Man, I got about 30 Division I basketball coaches' phone numbers in my phone that I can actually call and they will answer. If they don't answer, they'll get right back to me. But we're trying to teach parents and kids about this kind of stuff that goes on, man. It's a dirty game. It's a dirty game. And if you decide to be in that game, you better figure out the rules real quick.
Scholarships are 1-to-1 renewable status. Like, so you're not guaranteed 4 years. I've seen it as a player, as a coach. Some dude you're really high on, guess what? He may not be up to snuff, and you figure out how to get rid of that bastard.
Yep.
And I'm just telling you what I know.
Getting your walking papers, man.
you wait for him to slip up one way, and so you can justify getting rid of him. And some of them you want to keep because you want to keep your API high enough. So that's the game. So, people can say, "Oh, you use car salesmen, all that." Yeah, that's what you are as a coach. Yes, that's what you are as a coach. Yes, y'all need to y'all deifying these people. But that's what the game is. To get people to come to your program, that's what you have to be. It's not just, let me just say, I'm going to guarantee this many snaps and this many minutes. And you're going to, no, that's not how it goes. Because nobody want to hear that.
Yeah.
You're going to go and say, well, you're going to be an integral part of this program. And you're going to do great things for us. And I just really love to have you be a part of this program. And I feel it's ordained. Now, me personally, I wouldn't go to religion. I'm not religious. I wouldn't go there, but that's what Prime knows. So Prime gonna hit you with the God thing. That's what he is. And that's what gets people going. And on the flip side, again, I gotta take myself out of cliff mode. I'm not mad at y'all being upset about that. You know, I've changed my opinion on it. But me personally, I get it because I know what he is. I know how you get those guys to come down there. I know how you talking to them. Shout out to my boy Pat, played at University of Houston. University is the #1 team in basketball right now. So Pat was a part of that way back in 2001, I believe.
This is why some coaches literally, man, y'all see some coaches on the sidelines. They don't have a clipboard. They don't do anything. Their job is to go recruit. There are some guys who are just meant to be recruiters. That's their only job title on the staff. So again, y'all got to start trying to get between the game and understand what goes on behind when the lights are not going on. It's a lot of moving pieces that's happening with these things, man. It's a well-oiled machine. That's why me and Hoop always say the NCAA is full of itch. Because it's a business, man. They don't give a damn about these kids, student athletes is what they want to try to call them. They don't give a damn. As long as they getting their bread, they do not care.
And check it. Shout out to my guy Uric Malachi, man. He's a great recruiter.
Great recruiter.
You know what I'm saying? Uric, if we sat down and just really broke down X's and O's in basketball, well, I'm sure he's probably better now.
He's gotten a lot better. He's gotten way better.
Uric didn't hoop. He didn't play no basketball. Like he was a assistant at Howard, manager actually, and moved his way up in the coaching ranks, just slowly. Now he's a big time college coach. Uric, in my opinion, would never apply to be a head coach because that's not his thing. Uric is gonna come in and he got a voice like this. He's gonna talk that good game. He's very well put together. He's gonna come suited and booted. He's gonna talk to that good game. He's gonna meet you on your level because that's what Uric's really good at. So I know that on the top level, that's what those guys are. And unfortunately, with Prime being a head coach, he got that Uric in him as well. He's like a Swiss Army knife as far as straight up. Yeah. So again, I choose to understand. Some of y'all are a little miffed with the words, and I get it. I concede. But I understand what Coach Prime is. And I know as a former Division I athlete, being recruited, I knew what resonated with me. With a guy who's going to make me feel good about the situation. That's what it is. And then when Coach Hawkins, came to my living room and gave me the Prairie View shirt and said he wanted me to be there, I was just like, man, I would run to the moon for Coach Hawkins at that moment. I'd run to the moon for that dude. Yeah. That's how it is. That's how the recruiting process is. So I just want y'all to be put on game about how this goes.
Scam Newton says he coached, he don't sell lies or preaching. So you mean to tell me that in every single player that you coach, you treat them the exact same way? Yeah. Every player that you coach, you treat them the exact same way.
I would venture to say
we can relate it to, I'm a basketball guy. I coach basketball. You got 5 people. You got 7 or 8 people on the bench. That 8th person on the bench, you treat that person the exact same way you treat the starting point guard. If you don't, then you lying. If you don't, then you're lying because you're telling all the kids they're equal. But I guarantee you got a kid that shoot 20% from the 3-point line and you got a kid that's shooting 70% from the 3-point line, you're not telling that kid that's shooting 20% let it fly every time you touch it. Absolutely. I guarantee you're not telling them that.
Stop shooting.
I'll tell a kid straight up, you can't shoot. I don't want you shooting. You get to the cup. That's your game. But if you're saying that you got a kid that shoots 20 and 70%, you tell them both of them each time they catch to shoot the ball.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm really trying to just figure out. I'm intrigued by you. I don't know why. I'm intrigued by this guy. I'm trying to figure him out because again, I like to understand people. That's my biggest thing, and I just don't know where y'all angle. But I'm So Pat said he signed a U of H for Clyde Drexler. So Clyde Drexler came in his living room and sold him on playing for U of H. Right? So listen, man, big personalities, man, you're gonna get promised the moon. That's how you can recruit, dude. That's how you recruit. Studio Bauhaus says, and shout out, man, one of my first subscribers, man, way back in the game. Says Coach Prime in your living room tell you what you want. You at Colorado. So imagine Coach Prime in your living room telling you he wants you at Colorado. Wow. Yeah, I mean, Listen, man, Colorado was a storied program, man. With your boy Westbrook was there, your boy Chauncey Billups, Cordell Stewart. Like it has a lot of potential, and I've been to that campus. It is a beautiful campus. Colorado's a beautiful campus, so it's not gonna be hard for you to recruit that, man.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Me personally, I don't think it's the move. I think he could have waited for a better job. I mean, maybe he likes the cold, right? And it is what it is. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Good Lord, I lost it. It's gone. It's gone. I'm not even gonna lie, it's gone.
All right, well, let me address that. And if you come back to you, hop back in. There's no need to answer that if you're a slick salesman to be accountable for the blowback. I mean, your blowback on YouTube stream ain't real blowback, bro. But I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. Like, it sounds good. I actually appreciate you doing whatever the hell you call yourself doing. So whatever you're doing, it is. I'm intrigued by it. I really am. I gotta admit. Pat says, I never played for Clyde despite the fact that he called me every day and told me he wasn't going nowhere. The other one he said he signed for U of H because of Clyde's dress. So Clyde basically told him the world and left before he got to play at U of H. So I mean, listen, man, that's the game. Again, I say it because I understand it. I understand if you're not privy to this information, it's like, oh man, you lied. And like Miss Diva, I appreciate her commentary because if you don't know, you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Coaches do this stuff, man. You have to be bold to get guys to come to your program. You have to be bold. It's like when you go and try and get a date with somebody, you're like, oh, well, I think I'm a decent guy. I'll treat you all right. You know what I mean? I think I'll pay for your dinner every now and again. I mean, I really don't want you around like that, but, when you're around, that's cool. Is that how you go get a girl? No. That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it, man. So it's all in the same. And so I keep coming back to the fact that in real life, I'm a salesman. And in real life, you have to have a strong pitch to get someone to buy into what you're selling. And that's what Prime has done. And it's just a little off-putting if you don't know the game. And I get it. I get it. Eddie Smith said, my son played on LSU national championship team in 2019. My nephew played for Prairie View, graduated last May. So I understand both sides, but it still hurts what's going down. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I get it. It stings a little bit, man. It stings a little bit, right? Because again, he sold a product that a lot of people bought into, right? And my thought process is as being an older black man now, and looking back, if I was an 18 to 22, 23-year-old kid who bought into what their coaches are saying, and then he decides to leave, yes, it's going to sting a little bit more. So I understand looking back as an athlete. That's probably my biggest gripe about this situation right now, because, again, these young men don't understand that college sports is a business. I saw somebody earlier said that, man, these kids, they're switching schools 3 or 4 times in high school. Not the same thing. Not the same thing. And most times in high school, kids don't switch programs. Parents switch programs.
Yeah.
Parents switch programs because their child is not getting such and such. A lot of times kids don't make it. Kids can't say, Mom, I want to go because I'm from Houston. I live in Acres Home, but I want to go to school in Atascocita.
Yeah. That's
and the parent gonna look at you and say, well, how the hell are you gonna get to Atascocita every single day? Which is about 20, 25 minutes from Acres Home in Houston. So kids don't switch programs. Kids don't switch AAU programs for the most part. It is parents who get their kids out of there. What I'm saying that college kids don't understand the big picture of which is college sports is a business, man. So that's the only downfall I can see from this, and feeling sad for those young men, right? As is the coaches, you get into the business, you know the business. If you're a coach, I don't feel bad for coaches. Coach Thurman and all those other guys, if they don't get a chance to go in, they're in the business, man, because you can get fired. Again, like you said, you can get fired having one bad season in some places. So the college coaches understand because they're men, and what men do, men adjust. Now, 18 to 22, 23-year-old kids, they don't really understand that right away. So that's the only, big issue I have with this.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm jaded because I know the game. And the game's cold, man. It really is. And I think this is kind of revelatory to some people. because you just don't know the back channel for this stuff. And yeah, that's how it goes. And shout out to Andrew with the contribution on the Cash App tip. Thank you, sir.
Who is SWAC? Baby?
Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, because it's off-putting here. It's very off-putting here because it's a sober reality about the stuff that we don't really want to talk about in the forefront. We like to deal with this on the back end, like after it's happened already, when it's way out the way. And reality is, dude, this is how it goes. I've been in coach privy meetings where like coaches are really trying to figure out how to get rid of a kid. Like, can we get rid of him because he got in trouble?
That sounds so bad, but it's true. Like, get rid of him.
Let me tell you what I know, man.
You're done with him now. You're so done. I tell folks all the time, if a coach is yelling and screaming at you, you're good. But if that coach don't say nothing to you, you at practice and he walks straight by you, it's time for concern.
Or if he gives you that smug response to everything, he wants you gone too. Listen, man, the game is cold. The game is cold.
That's not funny, but it's funny, dog.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, my God.
Last Playboy says it's about when you think about what Eddie Robinson Jr. meant saying he ain't SWAC. I'm SWAC transition. He really ain't. He not really true to this shit. Well, I mean, that's your opinion. But at the end of the day, I said this on my Facebook, man. Coach Prime in 3 years, 3 seasons, have done more than the SWAC has done for itself in damn near 30. I stand on that statement. Like the attention he's brought to the conference, being on College Game Day, being on Undisputed, having these issues brought up about the kids not getting their housing situation straight and all that, which we know HBCU we go through. No, the profile he's put HBCU sports on, or getting guys like Eddie George to come on and Hugh Jackson to come on and coach. Now Bubba was already in Prairie View system, so I'm not gonna count Bubba McDowell over in Prairie View, but getting this interest for NFL guys to have their tentacles in HBCU sports, Coach Prime started that. I'm sorry, he did. So again, I feel it. I feel like we talked about the stages of grief.
Let me look it up to be sure, though.
Oh, where's USC and UCLA leaving the Pac-12?
Oh, somebody's leaving. Somebody's leaving.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Somebody's leaving, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of opportunity actually for Prime to come in and take over. Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, somebody's leaving. I will say this: well, folks have that same energy because there's been rumblings that the FAMU coach is getting some interest from some Power 5 schools as well. I can't think what's his name. Willie Simmons. Willie Simmons. So if he decides to leave,
coach.
If he decides to leave, are y'all gonna have that same type of feelings that y'all have for Coach Prime right now?
Nobody makes Willie Simmons post, so no.
Yeah.
It's about Prime. You want Prime to be the guy. You want him to be the one. Neo. Savior.
Yeah.
Christ, no, it's not happening. No one dude is gonna do it ever.
5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance.
Appreciate you, Scam, man. I really like. I don't know why I like your commentary so much, but I do. I like your commentary. Again, I don't want everybody sitting here agreeing with me. You don't have to. You don't have to agree with me. I'm going to state my case, and I'm going to give points of why I think the way I think. But I appreciate the pushback. I really do. Yeah. So shout out to you, Scam. Like, you're not upsetting me at all. I really appreciate your commentary. I really do. That dude would get exiled in the shoes and go to the Pac-12, the worst team in it. Well, it depends on your strategy. You bring in Travis over there. You bring your son over there. Your sons over there. You got, and you're gonna bring. Listen, man. Coach Prime had his team top 50 in recruits with being $20 million deficient than everybody around him. The 5 teams around the recruiting him, he was $20 million short of all of them with recruiting budget. So by that logic, we got to follow the logic that if you gave him that kind of money, we would get more players. We would get better players. Come on now, let's be for real. Contrarian says FAMU coach can't make those kind of moves. Yeah, he doesn't.
You're right, but I'm saying if we're going to get on coaches right? We're gonna put Coach Prime as a coach. Y'all don't. A lot of folks didn't want to consider him more than what he is, right? They wanted to put him on the same level field as a coach. So we're going to take out him being Deion Sanders. We're going to leave him as a coach. If the coach at FAMU leaves, you got to do the same thing. You're not going to get as much, pub and talk about it, but you got to hold them accountable. As we were talking about holding folks accountable, and then going back until you're saying that recruiting on pennies, Coach Prime is already apparently is reaching out to defensive coordinators at Ohio State and other places, and somebody say he's going to get X and O's out. Any head coach would tell you they're only as good as their assistant coaches.
Mm-hmm.
So if he gets the staff that can put his team in the best position to be successful, X's and O's, yeah, whatever. But if he has the staff that can put him in the right position, put the team in the right position, yes, because the head coach gets all the glory of the wins and losses. They get that record. But for the most part, it's the assistant coaches that are getting everything done.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to Elbert says, great show. It's hard to make promises when. I mean, listen, man. See, this is the dark side of HBCU sports. We don't want to talk about some of the logistical part, which can be very frustrating when an athlete or a coach in the HBCU ranks. And it's rough, man. It's rough. I'm telling you, I lived it, man. With scholarship money not hitting properly, you're not getting your SWAC check in time, financial aid tripping, housing, I kind of said that's a little redundant, but sometimes having court issues and field issues, like it's a little taxing, man. It's a little taxing. It just is. Let's see, not true. He was selling HBCU experience. Can't do the PWI. Well, a lot of people think differently, brother. A lot of people think that you can't recreate that. And in fact, first school I went to, Stephen F. Austin, there's a populace of black students who say that this is a East HBCU. Like, so, no, there's a populace you can appeal to, man. It really is. Mm-hmm. Am I lying, Will?
Nope, I went there too. So,
yeah. I think you're missing the boat on that one because they're black fraternities and sororities on these PWIs. You still can garner that. And not only that, you got a swell of white folks who would love to be a part of what they've seen at Jackson State. Quiet as kept. Quiet as kept, they would love to recreate that on their campus because it evokes excitement to the program. So don't underestimate that at all, brother.
Contrarian says, I want y'all to explain Coach Prom's shaming Isaiah Land for FAMU trying to leave this summer. What did he say that? Yeah. I forgot what he said. He said something of the nature that I think he said you can still get to the NFL playing at HBCU. So how does that kind of correlate? I mean, I kind of see how it correlates, but I want you to explain it further because I think what Coach Prom said is like he can still get to the NFL playing at an HBCU.
What it sounds like to me is he's trying to brand build. He wants to keep like the competition in the SWAC. So, I mean, to your point, I think he is talking out of both sides of his mouth, which, I mean, doesn't surprise me at all. Again, we talk about him himself. So, I think Prime has this little allegiances when, like, all right, I'm going to be HBCU centric and then, but I understand the big picture as well. So, maybe that's for him kind of in his little HBCU bunker. I'm guessing. I didn't see the exact quote, so I'm just going out for the optics of that. So, that would be my response to that. That would be my response to that. All right, let's see what we got. Coach Prime, HBCU bigger swag than coaching. Yeah, I agree, but I mean, you get damn about swag. It's about what your personal goal is. You know what I mean? So it's like, what do you want out of the whole experience? Swag, of course, yeah. Swag, HBCU's got like none other, but I mean, are you driven by that? That's the question. Studio says, not on defense to be a beast. He needs a great offensive coordinator. Yeah, I think he's gonna bring Zimmerman over with him. Zimmerman's been great for what he's been doing for sure. Only Deion Sanders, the others thought Coach Prime was just only the swag that we gone. But only Deion Sanders and others thought Coach Prime was just only the swag, but he gone. You got to retype that one. Brother.
Yeah. If so, so be it. If so, so be it.
Anybody ever thought that maybe he got tired of folks being about business of college football instead of not the one stay as long held traditions and complacency? Hey,
he's talked about that.
Hey, there's something I've said too, man. Like SWAC mentality it needs work, man. It needs work. I love being a former SWAC athlete. I love that. But the mentality of the people, man, it needs work. It needs work. Tip of the iceberg. I'm not sure what else they had going on in Jackson, but I know that definitely was a big issue. Texas had better practice fields.
Yes, and plenty of them. I live right by one, Allen High School. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I can understand if it wasn't 12. I mean, it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter. Like he feels he can build that program up. Just Jackson was bad when he took the Jackson State job. Jackson State, I said this on many streams. Jackson had like a stream of 8 years, horrible records. From a SWAC blue blood school. So I mean, it's probably what he likes to do. He likes to build up programs from nothing. So I mean, that doesn't really do nothing. Oh, let's see. Prime Junior succeeds, or does Power 5 expose young dog? Yet to be seen. I think Shador has grown a lot in the last year. I think his arm, he looks upfield through his progressions a lot better instead of just scrambling. And actually, his evasiveness in the pocket is really good, and he keeps his eyes upfield. So I don't see why that couldn't translate to Pac-12 competition. What you think, Will?
We just have to wait and see, man. Like, again, speculation, man. He can come out tomorrow morning and say this is all BS.
Yeah. We just arguing devil's advocacy. If he leaves, then we just saying you don't owe anybody anything. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to speak to you. Doug was saying this when he was at GSU. Jimbo could not get to FSU to upgrade the facility. That's why he up and ran and took the money to Texas A&M. Hey, man, listen. Again, I always wonder what drives the coach. Certain things drive the coach. Coach Prime ain't leaving JSU's a powerhouse again. JSU ain't there. Yeah, I hope so. Again, my hope is that Coach Prime stays where he at. I want him to do great things with Jackson State. But I ain't mad at him if he leaves. Can't replace 50K black folks in the stands, bro. Well, to you, we don't know if that drives Coach Prime there. Because you're going to put up, you're going to fill up Boulder, Colorado, wherever the hell that stadium is called. You're going to fill it up every week. You're going to fill it up. So Coach Prime is used to playing in front of NFL crowds, which is not exclusively black. So, I mean, again, does that drive him? He played at Florida State. So he's used to both. So, I mean, I don't see how that's an indictment on anything. So you can get the NFL out of the SWAC, but you can't win a national championship. Yeah. I mean, out of SWAC, it's pretty much impossible unless you just have a crazy off, what's it called, non-conference schedule. You just mopping people like Miami, you mopping people like West Virginia, and then you dominate SWAC. It's really kind of impossible to achieve. I agree with that. Coach Pete Carroll lost 2 championships because he did not put his running back in the game in one play. It was a little decision to make. Say he trained the boy to try the same thing you're doing and go, and Coach Prime bad mouth telling him he needs to stay. Okay, I think you're talking about Isaiah, man. Okay. Just saying, you can't expect offspring to survive the wild concerning the rivals, big schools, their main provider dies while they're still young. 2-3 years, JSU is going downhill fast. Well, it depends on how they, what their contingency plan is. Can't replace $5-6 million at one time either. We're still working our way out the plantation culture because we're being bought every time. Well, that's how you feel about it. But I mean, me in my personal life, I told you I made the analogy when I used to be a teacher. I left teaching. I made twice that, making, being a salesman. And I had a white lady ask me, did I feel like I sold out? I was like, hell no. But why I got to make $50,000 forever, helping for the good cause. You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't have to.
Yeah. I got out that same boat, man. Education was going to kill me, though. I really feel like they were going to kill me, though. And so I had to get out that boat, man. Both of our mothers were teachers. So that's something that we knew very, very well. That's something that teaching is a thankless job, man. And some people just don't want to do that. Man, I knew I couldn't do that for them, man. I knew I wanted to. I wanted to be a high school head coach and everything like that. But man, they can have it. They can have it.
I gave them 4 hot years, man, and then I was out. I've been in sales for 8, almost 9 years. So You can't tell me that it's my job to be a teacher forever. You can't tell Prime it's his job to stay at Jackson State forever. That's all. That's all. Great coaches don't up and leave once they get a motion going. Ask Nick Saban. Nick Saban has moved around so many times. What are you talking about? Nick Saban has moved around a lot. Yeah. Nick Saban found a cash cow at Alabama, which is the peak of all college football. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Nick Saban has moved around a lot. Yeah. He found the Holy Grail with Alabama. You're going to put $80K in the stadium and keep winning championships. Where's that a move to? You're at the top. Where you go is worse. Right?
Yeah. For real. Like, I guess he's trying to say that the SWAC was the top brand and he can't get any better than that. I mean, I guess everybody has their own thought process about what the top is, man. So, again, we can't project our own thoughts and feelings and what we would do in that situation on another man. This is bottom line to this whole situation.
Well, people gonna damn sure try. It is what it is.
5 stages of grief, man. There's a lot of folks in that bargaining stage right now, man. The bargaining stage. It is what it is, man. I'm gonna keep it moving, man. I gotta keep it moving, man.
Shout out to my boy Tim. I'll make you a moderator on the channel, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all, man. Again, like, you don't have to come and agree with me and Will. You can have your own opinion. I'm not knocking it. I'm gonna address it if I think it's wrong. But, the competition in the SWAC isn't the same as Pac-12, though. It's easy to build like the SWAC. Yeah, it won't be easy. Nothing worth having is easy. I don't think Coach Prime is looking for easy. Prime is leaving Shiloh at JSU. He is his least favorite kid. He does have a power ranking for his kids that he likes.
That was funny, though. I saw that.
He liked Deion Sanders Jr. the best.
Yeah, I saw that. That was funny.
Crazy, man.
But that's just from what I've seen between their interactions, right? And I know that I think Shiloh was more closer with what was it, Pilar?
Mm-hmm.
I think she was more closer with her. But from what I've seen, their two interaction, I think they just kind of take shots at each other, man. Just very joking.
They play around, man. That's how he is. Oh, let's see. Tomato says we're not going to be talking about him at a PWI school or the black coach in power. Yeah, I don't think that's true. Deion is just he's that kind of guy that he's just a magnanimous figure, man. Whatever he's doing, he starts selling cars. People gonna have interest in Deion what he's doing. He's that kind of guy. He's one of one.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with that. I think people gonna always be tuned into what he's doing. Because let's juxtapose it. Eddie George, great NFL player. Who the hell gives a damn about what Eddie George is doing over there at Tennessee State? Nobody talking about Eddie George. Prime is Prime. Wherever he go, because he has an alter ego and a real name. Everywhere he go, he's going to be a show. So I don't agree with that. In my opinion, Prime would be at JSU for at least the next 5 years. I hope so. I'd love to see it.
We shall see, man. Again, Sunday morning, we could all just be sitting here, oh, what a terrible show. I'm playing 2K again. We could all be like, man, you know what? This whole conversation was for nothing.
Yeah, it could be. That's why I put the question mark on this post. We're just asking the premise. If he did go, did he sell out? That's it. And again, I know y'all was avoiding liking that like the plague, but y'all out here watching the stream, so it's all good. I get it. You don't want to put that juju in the air. I get it. I like it. It's one of our biggest, deepest live streams. So I get it, man. Like, we don't want to even entertain it. And I hope he stays. Yeah. I got to make that clear all the way through. So I told some people Colorado schools in the Denver Metro, which gives Prime a way to still be physically present with the NFL. Yep. So we boy talking about Prime because he has shit going to be a headline. Yeah, man, Prime is Prime, dog. Like, everything Deion Sanders do is newsworthy. When he had the school Prime prep, that was newsworthy. When he went to Trinity Christian and people was talking about that too, man. Like, everywhere he go, everything he does, it's going to be a interest that follows him.
He's a lightning rod, man. He's a lightning rod. We got to accept that. He's a lightning rod.
Let's see. All right, let's get to a few more of these. I got to go to work, man. Mac Prime said he get himself a snow bunny.
Hey, Mac been on it. He been on it the whole time. He been on it the whole time. I ain't mad at him, man.
Man, I sold a few dreams out there. I'll put it that way. Let me catch up with these comments, man. Y'all going hard, man. It's hard for me to keep up. But, you know, super chats get priority, man. So I'm just kind of sifting through, see what makes sense, what we're doing. Let's see. Nick's statement makes, yes, he makes $10 million a year. So, I mean, come on, man. Like, again, your boy Dion makes $300K. He donates 75 of that back to the program. Like, I mean, come on, who we talking? Nobody talking about Hugh Jackson and Grambling. Exactly. Actually, they want Hugh Jackson gone. A lot of Grambling people want him gone. So, just saying, man, just because you got NFL ties doesn't mean you're going to get the same thing the Prime got. And I think Prime, his experience will translate everywhere he goes, in my opinion. We care about Prime HBCU. We care more about Prime HBCUs unless he got an extra place. I wouldn't have been so invested. Probably so, but it doesn't mean other people wouldn't be invested. So to the point of saying, like, just a black fan shit. Because when Dion stole Travis Hunter, we had dudes burning his jersey. So love always matches the hate. So if you hate him so much, you would love him if he came and coached him too. That's what a lot of fans, you know, lose and they get lost in the sauce. Not paid by University Talent Fee, retention bonus, $800,000 annually, 2025. Fair enough. So you got to have a system in place to pay in that kind of money, and Jackson State does not have that. So that's what we're talking about. Yes, they only sell out. Coach Dion did. We sell out every home game in Business Stadium. Yeah, y'all travel well. I give Jackson, y'all Southern and Grambling. Most of y'all are Southern. Y'all definitely travel well. Agree. That's why I tell my Prairie people, like, we're horrible at that. Man, our people are so emotional to the point it's sad. You wonder why we're the bottom. Yeah, I mean, listen, man, it's okay to have emotions, but you don't let your emotions govern your actions. At least try not to. Coach Prime expresses love for JSU, consistent love and happiness and peace. Nothing wrong with entertaining the office. We just know his time at JSU is not over. He will re-sign with JSU. I hope so. The tea leaves read differently, but I hope so.
Where there's smoke, there's usually fire, man.
Here you go. Florida State fans were burning jerseys because they thought Sanders was being Florida State alone, wouldn't post Hunter. Yeah, exactly. Hell, Wildcats. All right.
Yeah, HBCU with Don Cookman. We own it.
HBCU is not emotional at all. We need to be go-to. No, I don't agree with that at all, sir. A lot of HBCU fans are very emotional. Want coaches fired so swiftly. My Prairie View Panthers in particular wanted Bubba McDowell gone. No, let me back up. We wanted Eric Dooley gone after he took us to the SWAC championship. So, no, I don't agree with that at all.
That's crazy, dog. That's crazy talk, man.
No, sir. And I'm not saying PWIs aren't emotional. I'm sure. I mean, because if you're a fan is short for a fanatic. So it's ingrained in the DNA. So I've seen plenty of over emotionality in the HBCU ranks. That's not emotion. So what's emotion? Wanting your coach fired because you lost in the in the championship game against a dynastic team like Jackson State? What about that? It's not emotional. It's not rational. Because you know you're gonna get your ass whooped. We had Jawan Pass, who was very inconsistent last year. You know, and we got exposed. And you want Dooley gone? He took us to the championship, but we ain't been since, 2009? How is that not emotional? Talk to me. Coach Prime is that dude. Man, he is, man. He's going to be the dude everywhere he goes. He's been a dude everywhere he's been in his life.
Yeah.
You know?
Some people are just like that, man. We got to understand. Some people are just like that. Oh, well, man, like I said, man, if folks want to continue the upkeep and the understanding of what's happening in the HBCUs, they got to have to take onus on it under themselves. God damn it. Playing this damn game. If you want the product to continue to grow, then damn it, you do it. You go support it, and then you get somebody else to support it. And then that somebody else gets somebody else to support it, man. That's how it goes, man. Right. Yeah. All these other schools, the Michigans of the world and the Ohio States of the world, they started with one fan. Every institution, every team, every Cowboys, whatever, they started with one fan. All of a sudden, it grew into something that's totally different. So we have to continue to push it out. So with these channels like mine, like Hoop Jargon, like DJ Raw Cut, SWAC Buzz, Tomorrow's Leaders, all these other, when they put stuff out, y'all continue to check it out.
Yep. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep doing it, man.
So you're gonna have a whole bunch that's gonna be out. There's gonna be they out with the train. They leaving when the train leaves. But there's gonna be plenty that's still gonna be here rocking and rolling, man.
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna provide that for you. And I'm gonna cover Coach Prime if you go to Colorado. I'm gonna cover him as well too. I mean, he's a lightning rod. I like what he's about overall. So it is what it is. So I would love to see the culture shift, dynamic work, predominantly white-based environment. Gonna be interesting. Well, again, that's Coach Prime's. That's his comfortable spot. He's always been in white-dominated areas. Florida State, the Atlanta Braves, Atlanta Falcons, 49ers, Cowboys. He's always in NFL Network and stuff like that. Like, he's always been around predominantly white-dominated situation that drives. I mean, it's nothing different than him.
E Black on good order. E Black.
Who is? Fans wanted Dooley gone before his final year, so it happened. So it just so happened when he went to the SWAC championship game in the final year of his contract. Yeah, but people don't like Dooley because Dooley likes to talk that sugar honey iced tea, right? So you'll kind of see that it's consistent with people having opinions about guys who do this a lot, who speak forthrightly. You're just gonna see it across the board. Emotion is money. No, emotion is action, bro. Emotion is action. Say you ain't got money. You just a talking fan. I'm glad you know what I got. So cool story, bro. Emotionality is literally displayed by what you say and do out of your mouth. Ease. That's how you show emotion. That is the most carnal way humans show emotion. What are you talking about? Oh, his son would be the best. Yeah, that's for damn sure. Travis Hunter would be the best corner they had forever too. Tell SWAC, there you go, man. We gotta fix our own product, man. That's where I'm at on that. Tomato also says we need to recognize how we as blacks are being undeveloped. Whenever we have something of value is lured or taken away, this is why we cannot progress as a whole. Well, I think that's part of the equation. I think as black folks, we gotta have a standard. And quiet as kept, a lot of PWIs are owned by white folks. So they're not black owned, they're just black attended and black staff. So we gotta understand like ownership on the most primal level if we're gonna play that game, in my opinion. So let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. I just think, sports is not going to be the entity to bolster black economy, black ownership. We like it because it's the most appealing to us, but it has to go way beyond that. It has to go from a cultural level and just go. I agree. Dion never wanted to coach in the NFL. I guess. Just talk. Okay, Will. What we say, brother? Yeah, cool story, exactly, bro. Prime gonna get the money, yeah. More power to him. I want to see every black man maximize his opportunities, man. The percentage of blacks in Colorado is 4.7. Amazing. Damn. Well, U.S. wide, we're only 13% of the population. That's kind of microcosm of reality. PWI emotion, removing and firing coaches. Yeah, that's on the highest level. Agreed. But your Twitter fingers and commentary definitely evokes emotionality as well. Yeah, in all facets of life, exactly. See the LSU now. LSU got their coach, and I'm sure he ain't going to win. That if the player's not at the top, send them on their way. Colorado 5% black, 14. Yeah. So, coaches in the SWAC are going against Prime is like me, a black dude running against Donald Trump. God, dog.
I just want to say, okay, so if he decides to leave, what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Are we going to sulk, or are we going to fight and continue to move forward, man?
We're going to sulk.
I mean, I ain't got too much more to say, man. I got to get ready for the show at 3, whatever the time the damn game starts.
Yeah,
we've made some valid points, man. it is what it is. Again, we can wake up tomorrow morning and there'll be no news.
I hope so. I hope so, man. I hope so. I hope. And then this stream went longer than we expected. But again, I like Will saying what he's saying and old buddy saying what he's saying. Like I'm not sensitive like that. I appreciate y'all giving pushback. That's fine. And I'm gonna just refute it with my logic. And it is what it is. Now we love Prime to keep it and stop cowering down. I guess. I mean,
Shout out to Scam Newton, man. Shout out to Scam.
Yeah, scam held it down too, man. Like Scam and Will, like I appreciate y'all. Like real shit. I'm not sensitive, man. I like commentary, man. I don't want everybody just agreeing on everything. You can come up there and say what you say. Who doesn't mean that the freshman Travis Hunter and coaching staff? Oh yeah, Travis Hunter gone. You got to leave that.
Him and Dion I think they have a very special relationship. You can tell.
Absolutely. Surrogate father relationship. It seemingly so. Prime is not selling out. Yeah, again, so to crystallize the whole point, I don't see what he's doing there selling out at all. I think for you to be able to ascend, you always got to know what you're made of. You got to know what you want to do. And I think Coach Prime has made it pretty clear that the right situation that he's going to move up. And I think that's his right. I'm not here to tell no man what to do his wallet, what to do his opportunity, because you got one time to live his life. One, not two. Well, you ask certain people, you think you get multiple lives. But as far as we know, you got one time to live this thing called life. So do what you do, man. And to the point of saying like they're gonna be backlash, yeah, some people gonna have issues with what you do. But if you are that kind of guy, you're a forward thinker, you do it and you don't look back, man, because you cannot please anybody, everybody rather. Mm-hmm. In this world, you will never be able to please everybody. Emphatically so, you won't be able to do it. What you got? Anything you got, Will?
No, man, that's it, man. I appreciate you having me on, man. I had fun as usual, man. I didn't feel like turning on my camera because I gotta get that set up later on. But man, y'all make sure y'all continue to just support the channels, man. Don't dip out just because you feel Coach Prime is leaving, man. We're gonna continue to put out great content. We got some stuff happening in the background y'all don't even know about. So y'all, again, gotta be subscribed to the channel to learn this kind of stuff, man.
Yeah. There you go. And Prime said, keep it 100. Prime sold out. He preached about the culture. But again, y'all don't understand, again, the elevator pitch that you do to get a job. So me personally, I saw for what it was. I didn't think he's going to change shit. No individual person is going to change anything. It's never proven to happen. It won't ever happen. So I never held him to that standard. Now, if you fell for it, I understand why you feel betrayed. Cool. I never did, because there's no way he single-handedly can't change the damn thing. Wide scale. Now, he changed a lot as far as SWAC viewership and attention, but changing the culture, that comes from us. It don't come from no one man, bro. You say he messed up Travis Hunter's future. How so? How so? How do you mess up Travis Hunter's future?
Travis Hunter is special, dude. Like every head coach in America right now will give up everything they got to get Travis Hunter, dude. What are you talking about?
Come on, man.
What are you talking about?
But tell me how you messed him up. Because he has to play 3 years, so I don't.
Yeah.
He's shown he shut down a whole side of the field, a whole year. Well, I would say half the year because he played.
Yeah, in the games that he played, right?
And he plays offense. Like I don't get it. But in life, definition, informal, a person who compromises his or her personal values, integrity, talent, and life for the money of personal advantage. So definition of what word? Because we all do that, bro. A better job comes along, it's gonna pay you more money. But we will all do that. Most of us. I mean, I can't say all, never all. But
yeah, I think people just having an issue because it is involving kids, right? But again, that's why we're just trying to let y'all know, man. College sports, they don't give a damn about kids, man. This is about business and money, man.
Yeah, all right. So, all right, I gotta go to work. I'm gonna stream the SWAC championship today. So I hope it got y'all's blood flowing, man. Because I think this conversation needs to be had, and I appreciate every last one of y'all who are here today. Because, again, even if I think your comment is dumb as hell, it's needed, though, because it adds to the conversation. We all put our opinions out there, and it is what it is, man. It's not one right one. Now, if you ask me, I think my opinion is right, but, my opinion is covering over everybody else's, so it is what it is. And so I appreciate all y'all. I really do, man. Everybody gave me pushback the whole stream. All good. All good. I'm not that guy that's going to cuss you out and block you and kick you off my stream. I promise you not. Just because you're not agreeing with me, it's all good. It is all to the good. Will, I appreciate you being on here. Appreciate you, Will, the other Will, in the comments pushing back. Man, it's good, man. It's all good. At the end of the day, we're just trying to get to a solution to understand what's going on and kind of just totally wrap our minds around it and just know what's abreast right now with the SWAC, because if Coach Prime leaves, things are going to change big time. And I love Charles McClellan. He was my AD when I was at Prairie View. I know he got plans. I know Ashley Robinson, he was at Prairie View when I was at Prairie View. I know he has plans. But in the meantime, we're just stuck with this stuff in limbo, so we don't know. So all opinions and all objections are well appreciated. I gotta say that. So appreciate all y'all. Real talk. Instead of upper room, disagree. I'm gonna stream with that BS under the game. I'm gonna see it to the upper room.
Gotta go, man.
Appreciate that, Will.
Yep.
All right. So, any closing statements?
No, that's it, man. I enjoyed it. I was supposed to be out doing some work, man. It got me on here.
My man.
All right, just make sure. I just want everybody to make sure y'all dealing with the 5 stages of grief in the right in the right components of things, man. So recognize where you're at right now in the 5 stages of grief, and
that's funny.
Keep it moving, man.
That's funny.
All right, I'm out.
All right, y'all. I'll see y'all soon. I will be streaming the game, so y'all stick around, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank y'all so much. Don't be a stranger. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Hit the like button. We out. Peace.